understand.
There's nothing illegal about that.
No, but I think they're trying to say that I don't know, like somehow they got ripped off. I don't know.
You're selling salvage titles.
We bought these expecting to make money.
I'm just reporting the news.
Are these those are the same kind of people that buy a video game and like because they don't like it because it's so bad they like try to sue the game company? Like it's the same. It's the same kind of thing. It's just like
sorry, that's not how it works.
You're not too bright, are you?
Sorry, that's not how it works.
Tragically stupid.
You kind of paid for it.
You were right. Before these new $35,000 models came out, they were selling like right at the selling price.
Let's do a little cause at Watkins Glen Short.
What's up?
It's just a bit of stats from the BC2 racing.
Where are you? Oh, okay. You didn't. Yeah, you did.
That's every single Friday night.
Have you seriously since when?
No, Racing Pro kept track of them in the Discord channel, and then I just put them into.
Yeah, so that's every race since I want to say September 17, since we started keeping track.
Nice. So we've raced Formula Renault and GTE the most, and Formula A is the third most.
Not enough Clios.
Yeah, not enough Clios for sure. What does this keep?
Look at how many classes we didn't run there.
Where do you see what we've done and haven't done?
If you scroll to the right on the statistics.
So what are we trying to show here?
That we're all picky bunch. We only like certain things.
Yep.
Well, there's only certain things that people can drive correctly without,
None of them.
Yes.
There's none of them.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true, Razzle.
Mm-hmm. We race Spa the most. Spa, Road America, and Bathurst. Long Beach, Watkins Glen.
We did Le Mans 6 times? Wow.
Huh.
We did do Formula X once.
On Spa, I remember that race. That was fun.
Yeah, it was before whatever date we started tracking it.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that we've never done Le Mans Bugatti Circus.
Yeah, well, that track sucks.
That
Not as bad as you think. See, I actually like that track. But
I do too.
Whatever.
Clio at Brands Hatch.
Monaco. If we want to do a lightning round again.
Nah.
Clio's at Brands Hatch would be pretty cool. Are we gonna do? I would like to try more lightning round races. Those are fun.
Well, there's not a lot of people here.
Yeah.
What makes a lightning round race?
No practice, no qualifying.
You just
Sorry.
go. I mean, crash. I mean, go, yeah. I think we should do at least one normal race today.
You want to do normal first, lightning round second?
Let's do lightning round first.
Or
kind of like a warm up,
Yeah, that's fine. We'll do a regular race first. So, I mean, see, okay, like I get it. Like keeping track of this that's cool, and I like looking at the data. But like, what do you want me to do here? Like,
something
it's interesting to look at.
Okay, all right, cool. I was not sure if we were trying to prove a point here or anything. Like, there's only certain. I mean, like, only certain things that we can do, you know.
Yeah, not all tracks have enough pit boxes and whatever.
Mhm.
We do Cleo's at
yeah.
Laguna Seca.
A street race in Project Cars 2? What do you mean a street race, Donnie?
We can
I think he
probably
means
do-
Long Beach or Monaco. Because those are the only two straight tracks that we run.
Mhm.
Have we ever run Zolder or Zuhai?
Yeah.
Yeah, we race Zolder every once in a while. That's a good track. It's a fun track.
Well, since there's not a lot of people here, we can do more tracks.
Yeah, I was gonna
Which
say
we
we could pick
normally
a
couldn't.
track without a lot of pit boxes.
Okay, I got something. Do we
Fun
want
a park?
Do we want to do Cleo's?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
down.
Okay.
This is the lightning round or the qualify?
Regular format.
What's the point really of doing all the qualifying and stuff with the Clio when you can't adjust it?
Practice on the track.
Yeah.
And it helps with
Yeah.
traffic.
So I don't end up
people go
flying into the
faster.
church at Monaco again?
Yeah, I did
Hey,
not do
K9
well with
Assassin.
Monaco.
Welcome to Mission Control. You can go with throttle up. Do Texas go in a circle? Dude, you know what, Mike? People, everybody thinks like, you know, oh, let's not race NASCAR. It's, you know, it's ridiculous. Like, we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't race NASCAR. You know, it's too easy. And then everybody crashes in the tri-oval on the first lap.
That
So-
banking at Texas is evil.
You've always said that, but I've never once seen you actually do it to see it be true.
We have. We
Every
did.
You should
single
look at
time.
beginning iRacing races
tried-
if you want to look at
Yeah,
it.
I mean honestly, we tried doing
It's a wreck
the
fest.
like Indy last year, and that was just a disaster.
Oh yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah, it was quite bad.
Okay. Okay, the room's up. Yeah, that's right, racing. The two oval races that we've done have been at Daytona, Yarg, and the first time we tried it, we made it through the tri-oval with like 28 people, and we crashed in turn 1. There was a huge accident in turn 1, and it took out half the field. And then the second time we tried it, we didn't even make it. We made it to where the start finish line is at Talladega. It's after the tri-oval. It's between the tri-oval and turn 1. So that stretch before you go into turn 1, yeah, we made it to there, like the pit exit, and then there was a huge accident that took out half the field.
Yeah.
Literally, it's funny because people harp on, they're taking left-hand turns all day. It should be easy. Then they get in and crash, like in the first 5 seconds. It's actually kind of funny.
If
You got to be able to read the bank.
before you even reach a turn, can you really blame it on whatever kind of track it's on, though?
At Daytona, the banking falls away, and the start of the trial and the beginning of the trial kicks up. If you hit that wrong, you're dead. You're going spinning. And that's probably what caused them both, is somebody either got off the bank onto the flat and spun up, or didn't read the bank right, hit the top of the bank and fell off.
All right, we're gonna get this. Let's get this going.
Epic.
All right. Good luck, everybody.
Have fun.
I don't like this track.
I don't think
I
I've.
don't like a lot of things.
I feel like I've never driven this track.
Good, I'm not the only one.
I thought it didn't exist.
It's
It's one of those
weird.
rare, non-existent Hobbit racetracks. In New Zealand, it doesn't exist.
I mean, if they're not on the map, how can they be real?
Touche.
You just have to turn the map upside down.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure New Zealand doesn't exist. can't do anything.
Epic.
My wheel not working. Cool. No, my wheel's working. Nothing is working. Interesting. Maybe I should just restart my game. Let's see. We're gonna try to return to Bitbox. Try this again.
Go, go, go!
No. Nothing. Nothing. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to restart. Rapiona.
100 miles an hour in a Clio! That first hairpin is tricky.
Yabadiah.
Sorry.
Hate how you have to come to a complete stop to shift from forward to reverse, or vice versa.
Oh, come on. Let me leave the pit lane. Come on. Jesus Christ.
You know it's not automatic.
Yeah,
right?
I
You have
know.
to-
Make sure you have your pit limiter set or you're getting disqualified. Sorry.
It's certified Clio Cup already.
Hello?
Hello.
What are we racing?
Clio's at some New Zealand circuit.
Oh. Ooh, what track is this?
Rapuna Park.
Oh. I raced that once or twice. I don't remember. I had the most, like, I felt the dumbest I've ever felt a couple days ago when I found that cord in between my throttle pedal. I swear I was like,
I saw that and I'm like, man.
because like
I did. Yeah. Those. Oh God.
everybody was
Jesus
faster
Christ.
everybody was like 5 miles an hour faster than me, and I couldn't figure out why. Because what's it called? Theoretically, and Sam weren't losing that much time in the straights, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I might be a little bit slower in the corners, but
Do you not have the panel up that shows your inputs?
I do, but I just never looked at it.
Oh, jeez. Well.
No, but on so I didn't race that Sunday. and then on Monday I was racing Skippies, and I looked down and I'm like, that's not right, because you know how there's like the little bar and then the top bar.
Yeah, it's supposed to, you know, reach the top.
And then I pressed down super hard, and then it went there. And then I was like, what? Also, I looked at like 4 different things before I.
I keep wanting to flick to the right again at the end of that first hairpin.
I almost just rolled.
This is the first time in many months that I'm using a circle rim.
What do you normally use?
I have the Fnatic F1 wheel.
Fanatec?
Whatever. Same thing.
Is this a CSGO Pro team?
Does anybody follow the Overwatch League at all?
That game lost me in about a week.
I never played that game.
I watched somebody pull. Does everybody know what a C9 is?
No.
Where you
A
leave
choke?
the point undefended, where it says overtime or whatever. Everybody jumps off the court and you lose. A team did that twice in a game, and it was funny as fuck.
Also, my push it talk is binded to my pit limiter, so
I would change that.
I don't want to.
Mine's binded to my headlights.
Oh, that's not that big of a deal.
You know, you can change
You're gonna be
binds.
flashing people.
Well, I mean,
Hey, I got flashlights tonight. I'm okay.
it's better than other things you could be doing.
Just bind it to ignition. That'll be fine.
Watch that be EJ's problem.
He doesn't use push to talk. Sorry, you gotta ruin it.
That's a wall.
Yeah, they got a couple of those around here.
I don't know how to drive these cars fast.
Drift.
The good old Scandinavian flick.
Good old dick twist. Have you guys seen that?
You see, the fastest way to drive this car is to get it around the track in the fastest amount of time. You do that by carrying the most speed you can through the course.
Okay, got it. When in doubt, flat out.
When in doubt, flat out.
For
Hey, you'll never spin the car.
I mean, you can.
Oh, that's not the track. Yeah, I think this car showed, like, for some reason, I don't know why, I think it's because it's front wheel drive, really shows how bad my braking is.
Just gotta brake in a straight line. Unless you want to go sideways.
How, what are some good, like, telemetry things for iRacing?
Whatever, I forget what it's called, but the thing Skiri uses, it's like some Asian sounding name, like Moga, whatever.
Momo?
No.
Motec.
That might be it, yeah. Maybe?
Yeah, that's it.
Isn't Scary at St. Petersburg this weekend?
Is he?
I think Skiri's in here.
Skiri's here this
He
weekend.
was in chat.
Yeah. He's making dinner. He was in Sebring last weekend.
That's what I was thinking of.
Driving fucking balls to the walls.
Oh, yeah. That video. Oh, so nice.
Okay, I'm mad. Okay, so it sucks because
I just followed Skiri off the track.
I was planning to do the LMPs when I got to B class, but after doing the
on
12-hour, all
iRacing,
I've been
dude.
wanting-
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Okay. See, I still want to do those, but after doing the 12-hour,
You need a lot of time to learn them.
all I want to do is drive the RSR.
Oh yeah. First of all, the RSR is spectacularly fun, but also those LMPs are not only hard to drive, but like just managing the car is so incredibly difficult. Yeah, I 100% believe that there should be a minimum iRating to race in it.
See, the thing is, they're not hard to drive. They're actually really easy to drive. They're
Yeah,
hard
But
to
when you have
drive.
100 different fuel settings and suspension settings, that's when it gets
Well, yeah,
complicated.
because they have so much downforce. So yeah, actually driving it isn't hard, but the thing that they don't realize is that you're going to be in races with GTEs, and you need to know how to be a good driver with cars that are in a completely different class that are harder to drive.
The good drivers race the GT cars anyway.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, I was about to say that too, but yeah, like you're racing people who a lot of the time are better, but you know, in a low split, you have people who are bad in a harder car to drive mechanically, and you're coming up on them at an enormous amount of speed, and half of them, like, I'd say arguably half of every LMP car I've ever been in a race with are just absolutely horrible and end up crashing multiple people out. They'll go for a dive up the inside and just throw the GTE car into the gravel or into a wall. It's almost the actual opposite way with the C7 car on like Daytona or whatever. That C7 car is really hard to drive, harder than the GTEs, and even though it's faster, it'll go for a move, or a GTE will like try to move out of the way of it, and then it can't do it. It just ends up going into a wall because some driver doesn't know what they're doing with other cars.
So I finally got around to finishing 24 Hours of Daytona. The end of that race was a shit show. That race should have been canned at like 16 hours.
Watch the onboards.
Yeah,
Oh
it was freaking
yeah,
pissed.
oh Jesus! I honestly don't know how people do that. And normally a video camera in the rain sees better than your actual eyes do. So going off that, I legitimately don't know how the fuck they knew where they were going.
Pulse, in 2016 for Continental, we qualified in the torrential ring. It was a complete guess, the brake zone and the chicane. I just completely guessed. I guessed right, but I was just like, this might be 300 feet too deep. I don't know.
Fucking hell.
Where at?
Yeah, like those videos. There was a video of, I think it was like it was like one of the
Lexus.
GT.
The
Yeah,
GTE, the MA.
Yeah. And I watched that and I'm like, literally the only thing you can see is the taillights of the car in front. That's it. That's the only thing that they could see. Literally just following them wherever the fuck they go. If they had headed straight into a wall, he'd head straight into a wall.
I really hate these cars.
You don't like driftu?
It was really oversteery, even with rear tires all the way down. At least one braking.
We should do this track in GTE first.
Now that's an idea.
You guys, if you want the back end to stop kicking out as much, just drag a little throttle.
What? What?
If you're having the car being loose, just drag some throttle.
Drag some throttle?
Keep your foot on throttle pedal.
It'll pull the car forward if you have like 10% throttle.
How you do with loose race cars in NASCAR at
You're a
Atlanta and
genius.
Las Vegas. If you have a bad handling a race car at short tracks, that's what you do. Drag the throttle.
Yep, it's just
You are a
physics.
genius.
Or get
No,
get
you're a
really good at what
genius.
I'm doing and pedaling the hell out of it.
Yeah, that works too, but when the thing is just so loose on the brakes.
One more week until F1.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, I'm
That
so
a little bit too.
excited. I'm
Hi.
Hi, Pulse.
You guys didn't sound happy about that.
About what?
No, I'm excited.
F1? Oh no, I just meant I hit my. I was drifting through turn 1 and my rear tires hit the grass. Did you see that they decided to implement a 1 point for fastest lap?
For this season?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's
What's
a thing.
that?
I know in the
1
when
point
the
for
racing
fastest lap.
I know when the Racing Point Force India's first development update is coming. What track?
First what?
Development upgrade. We have already upgrades in the works for the car.
I mean, every team does.
We're hoping to get it
Just
on the
saying.
car by China. But all depends on what they change rules again on us. That's why the Mercedes brought out the B-Spec car.
This is the weirdest little track, but I love it.
That
So much
infield
fun to
section is fun.
It is.
It's very confusing where you are
I know.
on the track.
I'm having to look at cars ahead to figure out which way the next corner goes.
Yeah. I had that when we did in the racing league. I was like, dude, where am I on the track? But now I know it, so.
I entirely, the first time I went out, I totally tried taking one of the like short circuit lines, and I just went straight through. And I saw the car behind me keep going straight. I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have taken that turn. Wrong turn, oops. It's not clearly marked. They need more cones. I'm legally
Everybody
blind.
knows in this racing league, all cones must die. Well, Conius.
I was wondering why my tires won't heat up. It's 49 degrees outside here.
Did you drop the pressures all the way down?
You can't
Yeah, I
even
did.
drop the rears low enough for them to actually work.
Yeah.
The track says it's 53 degrees right now, so it's a cold track.
Oh yeah, Skiri, I had a question. What do you think of the balance of power update for the Porsche in iRacing? Because they lowered the downforce, increased the drag, and then apparently they decided that wasn't enough, and they decided to do it again. And I tried driving and it felt a bit too slow. Or maybe he's
Well, isn't that what
getting
happened to
his, I guess he's getting his dinner.
Isn't that what happened to the BMW at Bathurst last year? They basically nerfed the crap out of it this year? Or 2 years ago?
I don't know.
My mic was down. I was using
Oh.
Nerf.
Oh.
Yeah, they've nerfed it hard, but honestly, I haven't even tried it yet.
Yeah, I mean, I literally just tried it like 20 minutes ago. I did a few laps at Le Mans and it just felt like really slow. It was like a second a lap slower. Granted, I'm sure setup doesn't quite work as well. But it felt considerably slower. And maybe that's just Le Mans because it's not the best car at Le Mans anyway, but I just feel like I wouldn't even be able to compete in it.
Is this an airfield? This
No,
racetrack?
Not CB.
Don't. Maybe.
I don't think so.
Because the curves remind me of an airfield, and there's retaining walls that look like an airfield, jet deflectors. Might have been one of those World War II airfields, because there's basically no elevation change.
There is one building on the pit straight that looks like a control tower.
There's a bunch of power lines that go straight through it, though.
That could have been added afterwards.
Well, yeah.
But that front straight looks like a runway. Wow, I just missed the whole infield section. Oh no, it's a drag strip. It's not a... It's a drag strip is what it is.
That would make much more sense.
How long does it normally take for like an hour-long YouTube video to go fully, like, rendering?
Really depends on what you're rendering with and how...
Well, no, like, I've got the file in 1080 and
Jam.
it's processing on YouTube.
Oh, processing on YouTube? Normally like 5 or 10 minutes. Normally it's not super long.
I think the start-finish straight might be an airstrip. A small one.
We just went over this.
No, like on Google Maps. It looks
You said it's a drag strip. I don't know. I don't know if you'd look that up or if that was just another guess, but...
Well, I just saw the line down the center. Like a solid stripe down the center. I was like, well, that screams drag strip to me. Speaking of drag strip, I saw the biggest jump I've ever seen before. Dude left before even the yellow lights had gone out. So it was red and then he went. I'm like, how do you miss the tree by that much? Said it was his first time drag racing. I'm like, I've seen that car run here before, buddy. Try again. But how do you miss the lights by that much?
Don't hate. He just really wanted to go fast.
He didn't even go all that fast. He ran an 11.3 in a 1,000 horsepower Mustang.
Don't hate, appreciate. At least he's out there.
You don't run an 11.3 in a 1,000 horsepower Mustang.
But he did.
It's better than him putting it in a curb, leaving a car show.
Yeah, true.
Scott Dixon has a lap record here. Wait, is this a DLC track?
No.
No.
Oh, that's the first game.
Hope I didn't block you there too bad, Enroy. I tried to get out of your way.
I just wanted to dive you for fun.
Oh, I is not gonna fuck with you. I should take it.
Wrong line racing pro. Wrong track. More fun.
Sorry.
You just wanted me to take that chicane, didn't you?
Maybe.
What the hell is that pit entry?
I have
like
no
literally.
idea.
Okay, there's.
Oh, our pit boxes are literally just fenced in. Nice.
Can you push me a little? I ran out of fuel.
I just went. I tried.
You gotta just throw the clutch in, man. Run out of fuel, just throw the clutch in. Drift.
I would have definitely tried to push you in if it would let at me. Cause I've done that at Sonoma. On the it was at the Sonoma and a guy ran out of fuel on one of the track days and we had to push him. Stick the bumper to his back over and push him back. He did a Jimmy Johnson and Chase Elliott.
We're doing time race or lap race?
Lap.
10, right?
Yeah.
There's still quali anyway.
Yeah.
Is it going to be 10 laps?
Yes.
Yes.
This is the first time I actually feel a little comfortable racing.
All right. Welcome to race number 1 here, Friday Night Racing at the Eric Johnson Racing Administration. I am Eric Johnson, your host, and we're going to go down to the track here for the qualifying session for race number 1 at Rapuna Park. GP in New Zealand is getting ready with the Clio Cup. Commentating tonight is Mr. Pulse, Dr. Mr. Pulse, Dad, MD, PhD, DIC. Mr. Pulse, can you read me?
I can read you, EJ.
All right, take it away, my good man.
Thank you, EJ, and welcome everybody back to the Eric Johnson Racing Administration Friday Night Races here on Project Cars 2. We're here at Rapuna Park, the Grand Prix circuit in some Clio Cups. We're going into a 10-minute qualifying session that will be followed by a 10-lap race here. Most of the cars going out on the track. This is a fairly short track, about a minute, 30 seconds throughout the track. Not an absolutely massive track. I would give you the length, but I don't know, maybe 2.5 miles, something like that. Anyway, these Clio Cups, quite fun, quite a lot of drift will be happening throughout this race, especially with the cold tires, since the track is fairly cold at the moment, only 53 degrees Fahrenheit, or I don't know, maybe 15 C off the top of my head. Anyway, a nice clear forecast for today, 3 miles per hour of wind. A little chilly out here in New Zealand. So, about half the cars out on the track at the moment. Most cars left are leaving the pit box. Only 21 cars here tonight. Only 20 will actually be in the race. So, a fairly smaller lobby than we may be used to. However, that doesn't mean we'll have any less fun. Last week, we decided to do, well, we actually didn't really decide to. It just kind of happened on accident, rather. The Clio Cup lightning round races, as we coined the term. Basically races without any practice or qualifying. We did the first one on Monaco unintentionally, and it was so much fun that we may do another one later this very evening. So most of the cars actually on the track spread out a good amount. Fairly unusual for this group of drivers. They tend to like qualifying as a pack for some reason or another. Anyway, while we wait for the first cars to come around and start their flying laps, we're going to go with some interesting motorsports news. Formula 1 starts up next week. The 2019 season will go at Australia. Really looking forward to that race. Now, an interesting article I saw today was that Formula 1, the FIA, have confirmed that in the 2019 season, each race, there will be 1 point awarded for the driver with the fastest lap. Now, I don't remember the last time that was in Formula 1, but I know it's been quite a long time. However, I'm quite interested to see exactly how that ends up. Max, meanwhile, with the first lap time of a 1:38.2, that's not quite on pace, still quite a few seconds off pace, definitely a warm-up lap. So yeah, it's a very interesting decision, and I don't exactly know who brought it up or who implemented it, but I'm curious to see how it plays out. 1 point in today's point system really doesn't mean much, at least for the top teams. However, I think honestly, I think it's going to add a good change. Yeah, since 1959. Thank you for that, Ellen. Yeah, I do really think that that's going to be an interesting addition, because maybe then we'll have less management going on in the race, and we'll have a little bit more racing, as drivers are going to want to at least put down one fast lap. Only counts if you finish in top 10, if you read something like that. I believe that's correct. I might have to double check that.
Isn't that the same as Formula E nowadays?
Yes, it is. So Dan, meanwhile, puts down the fastest lap of 1:32.7. That's definitely going to hold up for the top drivers. I expect that to be at least a top 5 finish in the 132s. There is Enroy P3 at the moment, a 134.3. He can definitely go faster. Stormcrasher in P2. And there goes EJ all the way up into P2, a 133.5. That's a pretty good time for him. How many points are 1 through 5? So first place, you get 25 points. Second is 18, followed by third place at just 15 points. Fourth place is 12, and fifth place is 10 points. So a very exponential curve up there for first place. But I definitely expect to see, generally, I don't expect the leader to go for fastest lap, really, unless they have a big gap, or if it's Max Verstappen. But if they're managing a tight race, I don't think they're going to go for the extra point. But it definitely adds a layer of strategy, because 1 point isn't going to be a lot. It's really not. However, championships have been decided by 1 point, and a few fastest laps can definitely, there's a chance that could win you the championship. So it's definitely going to add an interesting strategy. Meanwhile, Skiri takes the provisional pole position at a 132.2, just 1/10 of a second faster than Enroy's 132.35. Skiri and Enroy still out on the track. Enroy with a little bit more open air. So yeah, I'm very excited, or rather, anticipating to see how the changes affect the strategy. Massa would have won 2008 if we had that rule then. Yep, and Kimi Räikkönen might have lost 2007 as well. Yeah, there's a decent amount of championships that have been decided by 1 point. It's no mystery to Fernando Alonso, who's lost 3 championships by under 5 points each. So, you know, maybe if that system was in place in those races, he potentially could have won those championships. You never know. Skiri sets an even faster lap, a 131.7. Enroy is on his tail on his own fastest lap. We'll see if it's good enough for P1 at the moment. Yes, the first Formula E championship in the Season 1 Formula E championship was decided by a fastest lap. Skiri goes into the pits with only 3 minutes 35 seconds remaining. We'll see if he exits again, tries to go for a faster lap. Dan in P3 at the moment. Enroy, meanwhile, comes up to the line, goes on provisional pole, 131.5. We'll see if he decides to go out again. It looks like Enroy will be going out on the track again. Not sure if Skiri will. Max is as well.
Isn't that the race in Formula E where the two leaders took each other out in the first turn?
Yes, that was in the final round of the Season 1 Formula E Championship. I don't want to forget who their names are, so I won't say their names anyway.
Degrassi and somebody else?
Yeah, it's Degrassi and someone else. Either way, the people battling, there were 2 drivers tied for the championship going into the final race. Has the same sort of Formula 1 point system where the 1 through 10 drivers get points and the rest don't. So the 2 drivers going into the final race of the season tied on points crashed into each other, put them in the back of the field. So there was basically no chance for either of them to get top 10. So what that means is, there's 1 point up for grab for fastest lap. So it was basically, in the race, it was a shootout for fastest lap, and that fastest lap decided the championship. Rather interesting, and I doubt that would happen in Formula 1.
What if you DNF?
So nowadays, the rule in Formula 1 is, or in the Formula E, it's you have to finish in the top 10, not crash, and not take somebody else out to get that bonus point.
Yes. Anyway, as I was saying, no, I don't actually care. I totally lost my train of thought. Thanks, Jim. So anyway, yeah, I'm very curious to see how this plays out in Formula 1. In the past few years, there have not been a race or a championship decided by only 1 or 2 points. I think the last one was 2012. There was a very, very close championship. Although 2016, Nico Rosberg did win by a slim margin. But we'll see exactly how that ends up. Very, very intriguing. I'm very intrigued to see exactly how that will end up, because I'm sure it may be very tight between some of the midfield teams. I'm kind of curious to see exactly some of the midfield teams and exactly how they adapt to it. Because those drivers, the drivers driving for kind of P7 through 10, 1 point definitely matters a lot to them. And they have gotten fastest lap. And now I think Red Bull as a team is going to go for a lot of the fastest laps now. Guys, Pulse is intrigued. Oh my god. I'm so intrigued. EJ still in P4 at the moment. Dan just behind him, however. We'll see if either of them can set a new fastest lap. Only 25 seconds remaining. They might have time for one more lap. It looks like Dan in P5 will have another time. Oh, as he goes very wide and into the wall on the last corner. No damage, it looks like, but that will not be the fastest exit of the final corner for him. He comes up to the line to begin his final lap. Only 7 seconds remain. We will have a few drivers with one more lap to go. Mage Iguana passes the line, goes up to P6 with only 4 seconds remaining on the clock, so he'll be the last driver to cross the line at the end here. And we'll see exactly what happens. One car wide in turn 1. That's the end of his qualifying session. Not sure who exactly that one was. Dan in P5 is wide in the grass. Dan in P5. That's the end of his qualifying session. EJ is safe from P5 at least, but Mage Iguana in P6 might have another chance at this one. EJ goes into the pits. That's going to be it for him. He's going to have to be happy with the 132.69 epic style. Mage Iguana and Awesome in P6 and 7 respectively. Awesome actually already finished his qualifying lap, so it really only looks like Mage Iguana, possibly Lord Olam in P9 at the moment, have a good chance at beating EJ's lap time. As I say that, Lord Olam gets a little bit loose. Not quite the best drift throughout his final corner. A few other drivers in the grass. Not many drivers left across the line here. Geek Nation currently in P15. Coming through the final corner now, only a few drivers left. He is one of them coming on the back straight. We're going to see if he gets a faster time, good enough for better than P15, and he does, up to 13th for him. Mage Iguana, meanwhile, P6 at the moment. Can he get a faster lap? He comes through the final corner. He is the last driver on the track. Is his lap fast enough? And it's not. What a not dramatic ending to the qualifying session here at Rapuna Park in New Zealand. And yeah, that was pretty fun. So shortly here coming, we're going to go into a 10-lap race. But in the meantime, EJ likes doing these wacky little commercials, so I'm going to let him do that. EJ, take this one away.
Pulse, I don't think it's very nice to badmouth some of our great sponsors here at the Eric Johnson Racing Administration, and I think calling them silly could lose us some dollars in the future. But anyway, we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
I don't get paid anyway.
I did absolutely horrible that round.
Better than I did. I couldn't even put a lap down.
The two people in front of me were battling, and I was trying to get past them, but it's just like,
just slow down. Just slow down.
I did, and then I caught them halfway through the next lap, and it's just like, ugh. And then time ran out, so yeah.
So turn one at this.
I had Bloke fucking battling me on his outlap.
I don't. Slow down. I don't
so
get why
turn
you
one
guys
at this
do
racetrack
it.
is called Flexoplast Corner. Straight away after. Straight after that is Lickamolly Straight. It's called Lickamolly Straight. Then it's the Icon Corner. The Euro Marquee Corner is the Hairpin. The Fulton Hogan. The Casino Carousel. The Southern Salvage S's.
Jesus Christ.
And the last corner is the Rock Sweeper.
Coming through the Rock Sweeper. Jesus Christ.
Those are very tragic names. Flexoplast. That's your new race sponsor. You didn't tell us that's our new sponsor.
I'm sponsored by the Cornell Crashing.
Flex Tape Corner. Giggle Cream Carousel. Log straightaway.
When I become the next Herman Tilke, I'm making the EJSA ring, and there's definitely going to be all of these parts of the track.
I actually like this track.
Oh, it's a great track. It just has tragic names.
Yeah, for sure. Flexoplast.
Oh, and they have the term that we're not using is called the Sign Biz Dipper.
Can you be a dipper if there is no elevation change?
That's my question too.
I'm gonna have if we have just a slight kink in a straightaway, but call it the sweeper. Does it count?
Yes, and there's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the last corner staring at you madly. He goes, "Shame on you, Roman Reigns."
Can EJ hurry up, please?
Gotta pay the bills.
All right, we're back here at the race number 1 at Rapuna Park in New Zealand, not New Zedland, as some idiot said a little bit previously here. Speaking of idiots, here's Paul. Hi, Pulse. Here, take it away, my good man.
Thank you, EJ, and welcome back to the Eric Johnson Racing Administration Friday Night Races. We're here at Rapuna Park GP at Ned Zedland. We're here in these Clio Cups, and we're going to get ready for a 10-lap race here. Enroy and Skiri starting on the front row of the grid to be rather interesting into turn 1. The person who will have the inside line into turn 1 will be none other than Enroy. However, this track, they literally start alongside each other. There is no distance gap between P1 and P2, or rather, all the drivers are literally next to each other. They're not staggered, as you would kind of expect in most tracks. So, Enroy and Skiri on the front row of the grid, Max and EJ on the second, Dan and Mage Iguana on the third, Awesome and Bloke will be on the fourth one there. And we'll see exactly what happens at the back of the car. For some reason, all the cars on the back of the grid are those purple number 20 cars, which look just a little bit ridiculous. I think they're quite cute.
Williams.
It's Women's Day. We're representing the women. Wait, that came out wrong. Williams, yes, Williams.
He said Williams. Just because they're at the back of the grid doesn't mean they're Williams, although they just happen to be. Anyway, we're almost ready to go racing here. Enroy with the inside line. We'll see if Skiri is able to go around the outside in these Tokyo Drift cars, or if Max or EJ will try to send a dive bomb up on either of them. But we are ready to go racing here. Enroy wiggling his front wheel. Skiri trying to get a good start. And both of them are off. Skiri with the better start. Enroy not so great off the line. There's a driver already passing EJ. It looks like Max with a great start as well. That's Mage Iguana already passed the two drivers in front up into P3 for him. Quite a good start as well. Skiri already out in front of the field. Amazing start from him as Enroy in P2. EJ losing a few positions there, but nothing major happening. Looks like most of the cars keeping it clean through turn 1. Actually, it looks like almost no contact, no drivers in the grass. That's quite impressive from these drivers here. Skiri leads the field already, but Enroy is catching up. He's on his tail, very close behind. Looks like Blood getting past Mage Iguana there for P4. Ooh, a little bit too deep in the corner for Blood, and he'll almost spin, but he's in the grass, going very wide through the corner. He's going to lose quite a few positions there as Mage Iguana takes back P4. EJ back in P5 already. Max in P3, losing a little bit of time to Enroy here as he's trying to keep on the tail of Skiri. Skiri in that number 17 Zavima car, the Clio Cup that is. Most of the drivers falling in line now in the back of the field. They are still some very tight racing. Something happened to EJ. They're not sure exactly what happened, and that's Jam Session pushing him off the track. Quite rude from Jam Session. He decided that he wanted to force EJ into the back-to-front challenge. EJ now at the very back of the field. P18 for him. He's going to have to try as he cuts the corner to make it all the way back through the field. Enroy, however, very, very tight on the tail of Skiri as they come through the final corner. Enroy tucking behind, trying to get as much draft as he can. He might go for a dive bomb into turn 1 as he gains on Skiri. He takes a peek up the inside. Skiri's going to have to give some room open for Enroy into the corner. They get very close. They make contact, and Enroy goes for a spin. Oh, he manages to save it, but just saving it as he goes through the grass now, losing a lot of time there. That's Enroy down in P3 as Max flies on past Enroy coming out of the grass. Mage Iguana will go past as well. Enroy just lost his podium just behind Mage Iguana. Now Skiri Skiri must have made a mistake as well. Max just made up over a second on Skiri, only half a second down now. The top 4 drivers are only 1.5 seconds separated between all of them as 5th place has slowed down just a little bit. Skiri only 0.4 of a second just in front of Max. Enroy 1 second behind Skiri as a whole. Enroy just got past Mage Iguana there as well. Max now looking for a move on Skiri. Max will go for the outside line on Skiri. Skiri holding the inside very, very tight. Now Enroy, actually, as Max gets a bad exit, Enroy tries to go for an inside line on Max. It looks like he's not going to make anything happen at the moment. Oh, Max goes very wide through one of the corners with a ridiculous name that I don't remember, but Enroy is back in P2 at the moment, just back where he started. That is a great start from him, I do have to say. EJ back in P12 already, as Enroy just on the tail of Skiri. Oh, a little wide through that corner. He's going to lose quite a bit of time as he came through the final corner. Max actually might get him coming into turn 1. Enroy tapped the wall on the exit of the final corner. Max now goes for the inside line coming into turn 1. He does get his nose out in front, and Enroy will have to succeed the position as Max in P2. Enroy, goes for a very ambitious braking along the outside, and he actually makes it happen. Max, however, looks like he cut the inside line a bit too much there, and now the drivers behind him of Mage Iguana, Awesome, and Blood very, very close behind Max as he's holding them up almost. Skiri a 1 second gap to Enroy just behind him. And as a total self-advertisement, exclamation point multi, if you want to watch this action, it's actually quite good. Skiri has made a 1 second gap so far, but the racing for P2 is very tight indeed. We have Enroy, Max, Awesome 89, Blood Fam, and Mage Iguana all very, very close to each other. Max still maintaining P3 at the moment as Blood Fam tries to make a move on Awesome, not quite close enough to do so. Mage Iguana falling back a little bit after a few bad corners, but Max, Awesome, and Blood Fam very close together. Blood Fam looks like he had to brake early there to avoid smashing into the rear end of Awesome 89, just so close to him, trying to make anything happen as Awesome goes wide through the corner into the grass, and that will be Blood Fam getting past him. Blood Fam trying to defend from Awesome 89 here, or sorry, the other way around. Awesome back in front of Blood Fam. Blood Fam weaving left and right, just trying to flash his headlights almost. I think Blood Fam's trying to say, I'm faster than you, get out of my way, but Awesome will not let the position go. Blood Fam, if you're really faster, you can get past on your own, and that looks like it is what he's going to try to do as he goes for the move into turn 1, actually. He broke too early. Oh, that's Awesome, getting very loose under braking and getting his front end facing the wrong way. I wonder if the commentator gets paid. EJ tried to once. No, I do not. Blood Fam still very close behind Awesome, but lost a few tenths through the last sector. Enroy still has kept it just around 1 second behind Skiri. Max, however, has fallen back in P3, not quite able to keep up with the two drivers at the front. However, Awesome, Blood Fam, and Mage Iguana very, very close behind him. This third spot on the podium is very much up for grabs. I get paid only in ridicule. How very true and how unfortunate. So Enroy, 0.8 of a second now behind Skiri. He has been gaining on him. Skiri keeping that gap as even as he can, hovering around the 1 second as Enroy may be pushing fairly hard now. Blood Fam on the tail of Awesome 89, Mage Iguana, and Storm just behind. Joe in P8 with a small gap to Storm in front. EJ, however, still P12 at the moment, trying to get some more positions back that he can. We'll see just how many he will be able to get, as Bloodfam might try to make a move here. Coming into turn 1, Bloodfam very close behind Awesome 89. He elects not to, braking early. Awesome goes fairly wide through the corner. Bloodfam will take a move up the inside line. They make contact, and Awesome gets pushed out into the grass, but he gets a decent exit back on. Bloodfam got the position, but Awesome might be a little upset about that. He's definitely going to try to get this position back as Bloodfam up in P4, still a second behind Max, down in P3. That looked like Max going very wide through the exit of one of the corners, clipping one of the cones on the outside. Blood, Awesome, and Mage Iguana still following just behind them. Mage Iguana has been holding his position in P6 for quite a long time, possibly waiting for them to make some mistakes and trying to gain some free and easy positions as if it's real estate. But it is not. Bloodfam on the tail of Max. Meanwhile, Enroy has caught up to Skiri. Only half a second separate P1 and 2 at the moment. Skiri going fairly wide through whatever corner that is. I don't care to learn the numbers or the names, because
they're all stupid.
The names are quite ridiculous. Anyway, Enroy 0.3 of a second behind Skiri as they come through the final corner onto the main straight. EJ earning extra money mowing the grass. That's quite good. So Enroy with an astoundingly fast lap of 131.1 comes into turn 1, only a quarter second down on Skiri. Both of them with some locked brakes into turn 1, both pushing fairly hard for this victory here. Now, there is a 6-second gap now between P2 and 3 as Awesome 89, gets past Max. Max goes for a spin in turn 1. He's going to be off in the grass, and Awesome will take P3, but Bloodfam looks like he might fancy P3 for himself. He might have a dive up the inside here, and he does. Awesome leaves him quite a bit of space. Bloodfam up in P3. Mage Iguana trying to take a peek as well. Storm now battling Mage Iguana for the position. Storm gets his nose out in front, but is on the outside line. Mage Iguana might be able to keep it. Actually, Mage Iguana backs off and lets Storm go. Bloodfam up in P3 at the moment. Awesome losing that position out yet again. Storm just behind Mage Iguana, very, very close behind the drivers. And the trackside camera keeps zooming in a ridiculous amount on them, so literally I can't even see more than the door of the cars, so I'm going to go onto the onboards. Awesome now just behind Joe. Enroy still just behind Skiri. Some quite good battles here at the front of the grid. Bloodfam not with the best exit. Enroy and Skiri in an absolute battle for P1. Enroy set the fast lap of the race last lap, 131.1, and this lap is 131.3 from both Skiri and Enroy. Oh, so very close between them. Only 1/100th of a second separate their last laps. So very close. Enroy getting just on the tail of Skiri there through turn 1. Not able to get on the throttle as early as he might have liked to. Meanwhile, Awesome gets back in front of Bloodfam, but spins in turn 1, comes back on the track. Bloodfam, sorry, that's actually Storm. Storm up into P3. Bloodfam also spun in turn 1, so Awesome and Bloodfam spun. Bloodfam with a very big spin down in P8 at the moment. So that's Storm in P3. Awesome lost P3, now in P4. Mage Iguana is now in P5, very, very close behind Awesome. He's going to be trying to make a move here. But on the battle for turn 1, Enroy so close behind Skiri here, driving ever so delicately. Lap 7 out of 10 here at Rapuna Park. Ned ZZ. Something, I don't know. Butcher it more and more every single time. Enroy and Skiri so very close to each other. Skiri dipping the wheels into the grass, trying to gain as much speed as he possibly can through each one of the corners. Enroy throwing out the rear end of that car, trying to carry as much speed as he can, and he gets a pretty good exit out of the final corner there. Skiri going fairly wide and Enroy keeping it somewhat conservative. However, it looks like both of them got a fairly equal exit. Enroy might have got the better one, and he's coming up. Only 1/10 of a second separate them into turn 1. 3 laps to go here. Skiri very, very excellent on the brakes, not allowing Enroy any chance of a dive bomb. Braking as late as he can. Enroy electing to stay very, very close behind, but it's hard to make any moves. Skiri very good under braking. Definitely one of his strengths in this car. Enroy, it appears that Enroy actually is able to carry more speed through the corners, but Skiri just so good under the braking and very good on the exits. Skiri with, looks like his tires might have clipped the inside curb there and it just kind of threw him up, but not having a massive effect on him. Storm now getting in front of Awesome has made a 2-second gap to him, spreading out the field just a little bit more. As EJ very, very close behind Racing Pro, goes for a move on the outside. Racing Pro keeping on the inside, allowing room as EJ now tries to do the swap around. Racing Pro going fairly wide through the corner. This might be EJ's chance to get up the inside as Racing Pro dips his tires in the grass, and EJ Racing quote pro end quote. Racing Pro just dipping his tires in every single grass he can find. Racing Pro really extending the track limits here. Not sure what the stewards have to say about that one. EJ holding behind, just playing it a little bit more safe, I'd have to say. Meanwhile, the battle for P1 is still going on. Only a lap and a half left, as Enroy gets held up by Skiri with a bad mid-corner through whatever hairpin that one's called. It says, Racing Pro, you must play safe. Exclamation point, multi, how epic is that? I think that's very epic. This battle for the lead is quite epic, I do have to admit. Enroy has been behind Skiri for almost the entire race, barring for the first few milliseconds. Twitch TOS forbids overtaking because it might make the other kids sad. Jeez. Oh, EJ with the ambitious dive down the inside. Racing Pro able to hold it up. Looks like EJ is very impatient to get past. He really wants to get past here, but Racing Pro not making it extremely easy. Looks like he's almost just out driving him as EJ braking very early into the corner, making sure to avoid contact. Now this is epic. Only happiness allowed on Twitch, right? On to the final lap they go, Skiri and Enroy. Still a quarter second down. Will Skiri be able to hold the position, or will Enroy go for a massive dive bomb, trying to extend the track limits as much as he can, dipping his tires in the grass, braking as late as he can. Oh, he makes contact! Enroy into the back of Skiri, getting him very loose there, and Skiri manages to hold on. No massive damage for either of them, but that was a bit of an oopsie on Enroy's side, I'd have to say. Just tapping the rear end a little too hard there. Thank you, Rocket Guy. If EJ's too hard concentrated, I will thank you. And EJ did get past Racing Pro there. Not sure exactly what's happening, but I have my eyes on the leaders right now. Absolutely fantastic racing so far. Rocket Guy, Enroy still on the tail of Skiri. He's got away from him a little bit. Skiri goes very wide through the grass. Enroy almost follows, but Enroy with the better exit overall coming into the final corner now. Will Enroy be able to do anything into the final corner? They go. Enroy breaks fairly early, tries to drift out. He goes wide. Oh, Enroy might have this move. No, he doesn't. Skiri with just a better exit. Enroy with the very ambitious dive around the outside, but wasn't able to make it happen. Skiri will win the 10 laps of Clio here at Rapuna Park. A fantastic drive from Skiri and Enroy both, and Skiri flipping. Oh my god! Skiri into space!
I'm out of fuel.
Enroy rolls his car. Skiri makes his dream happen of launching into space. Storm will finish in P3. Joe in P4. Awesome with a good finish to P5. Max, after a good amount of time in a podium spot, finishes in P6. Blood Famine 7. Mage Iguana in 8.
Oh.
EJ, after a very disappointing start, will finish in P9. Yeah, Taco, clip that. I'd quite like to watch exactly how high he got. Oh, Scary! I don't know who just got punted into the air. There's a massive pileup in turn 1. Cars going off. Oh, into the walls. You would think it's raining, but that's just how bad the drivers are.
Cars, hallelujah.
That's just how bad all the drivers are here. Many drivers in turn 1 off the end of the track. A few in the wall. Nat is upside down. Oh, hit by another car brutally and lands on his wheels. Fairly impressive, actually. That was a hell of a landing there. Meanwhile, Jam Session, as usual, comes home to finish in last place. And as you see the carnage of the cars that are left, what a race. That was a fantastic race for the win there. Enroy finishing just 0.3 of a second behind Skiri. Went for a dive around the outside in the last corner. I thought for a second he might have made it work, but alas, he did not. Stormcrasher with a very clean race brings it home for P3. That brings then to the first race here, and we're going to go down to the podium where we'll see if we have Stormcrasher. I don't think, is there a Stormcrasher in the Discord?
Hello?
No, you're not Storm. Wrong name. Listen. Maybe he's in the chat or something. Anyway, not in Discord, but you can hop in. Well, otherwise, we're going to go over to P2 here. Enroy. So, Enroy, you qualified on pole. You had the inside line, but you got a bad start. You stayed behind Skiri for most of the time, so very well driving indeed. I'm curious, though. You tapped him a little hard there. Do you think you could have got past?
I was just a bit laggy, the latency. I couldn't keep it clean with it, so I decided to just stay behind him and wait for him to make a mistake, but he didn't, so that was a good race.
Yeah, well, congratulations on your P2 finish, and I would have to say that waiting for Skiri to make a mistake, you might be waiting a while. Anyway, over to Skiri. You had a good start, and Enroy was behind you for quite a while. How hard were you defending?
Pretty hard. He was way faster than me, so I just had to make sure I hit my marks and didn't give him too big of a gap. Yeah, the hit was a racing incident. No big deal there. As he said, there's a bit of lag with it. Yeah, though, it's just trying. It's a tight track, a couple passing zones only, so just try to keep him behind. But he had the pace on me for sure.
Yeah, well, congratulations and excellent defensive work and very, very good under braking, as I mentioned. And I don't know if we're waiting for Stormcrasher.
I'm giving him his rolls now.
Hey, how epic is that? Well, we're going to have the P3 driver in here in a second, but again, congratulations. And that was a fantastic race for P1 between Skiri and Enroy. I love seeing some good racing at the front of the grid there. And I believe we have Stormcrasher here in P3. So Stormcrasher, hello, can you read me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, so you were in, I believe it was P7 for quite a long time. You had Max, Mage Iguana, a few other drivers in front of you battling extremely hard. Were you just waiting for them to crash?
I wasn't really expecting the crashes, but I knew if something was going to happen, I'll make the most of it in the end. I was not close to my prospect lap time of a low 32, and even in the race I couldn't get there, but I guess things are just kind to me in my first race here.
Well, congratulations, an excellent first race indeed, and a podium pulled off very well. So, congratulations on your P3 finish in these absolute drift-doos of cars. So, that brings an end to the first race here at the Eric Johnson Racing Administration Friday night races, and I believe we may be doing a lightning round race coming up shortly, so we're going to see. But in the meantime, I will catch you guys in the next race, and I'm going to give it back to EJ for whoever he does, whatever. My name is Pulse, and I'm your daddy.
Thank you very much, Pulse. Hey, by the way, do you hear that? Do you hear that noise?
I do. I do hear something.
You hear the noise of the lightning. Lightning round. Coming up here, after a quick commercial break from the Art Johnson Racing Administration.
Sorry about that first set of turns, dude. That was my fault. I think I gave it back, but that was my fault.
You punted him off.
I'm not sure who it was.
Jam, you punted him off the track.
I hit the grass.
I'm not sure who it was.
I let him back through
me
twice,
before turn 1. On the main straight, you just like decided you wanted to come across and push me into the wall. Could you like not? That's all I gotta say.
For some reason, my pit limiter was on at the start of the race. That's why I had think somebody hit me in the back.
Thank
He
you,
said, "I'm gonna put the
Shattered
pit limiter
Skies,
on,
by the
'cause I
way.
can."
I forgot to mention that, but thank you.
So hard at the
How
start, trying to
epic
get the
of a
wheels to spin.
gamer. You're a very epic gamer. You could almost say that you are gangster.
Also,
I
RB,
got-
I decided I would be nice, so you're welcome.
I gave you a push, so Jam,
Yeah.
you needed a push.
I was gonna say, Jam, maybe you can try to not punt people off the track.
I let him back through. I said I apologize and let him back through.
It was quite funny.
I ended up on my
Oh
roof.
God, California highway full.
Yes.
Oh my God.
F-150.
We have to do highway.
How about
Oh,
we do
sweet
this?
mother of
EJ,
Jesus.
You know what car is great on this? Is Nissan Skyline R34.
I think I have it set to same class, dude. So I'm not sure if we can, I could pick the Skyline, but that opens up like Sesto Elemento.
Yeah.
The 2 and 4.
Yes, Racing Pro.
This will be
that
death.
was the first race that they'd done. That was
How
the
about
first
this?
race they did.
point of
This will be the
rounds.
second one, and
Yeah.
we might do a third
The whole
one.
point of lightning rounds is to
We
have
might
some
be doing
fun.
these lightning round races, so we
Jump
might be doing
in
2
and
of them.
freaking race, dude.
We'll see.
So pick. We got pick
Oh
your
my
car.
God.
Yeah, man. See, here's
Oh,
the
yeah.
thing. These are cars that you can bang up. They're cars that you can bang up, and they won't like damaging your car doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be out of the race.
Hold my beer. I got this.
Yeah, that's what this is gonna be.
I got my driving whiskey at the ready.
EJ, I don't think it's set to, is it set to class only for everyone else? Or is it car
What's that,
only?
Jim?
It's class.
Okay. I can only select the Camaro.
I'm taking the British livery Jag.
I see Brumos. I pick Brumos.
There's no other option than Ford Mustang.
A Jag.
Jag.
Drive the Mustang though. That is the R66 RTR Trans Am Mustang is making me happy in the pants. Sorry. Classy, I get it. Also,
Jag.
There's a Porsche Creamer Racing Team number 46.
also though, 911 RSR 2.8 air cooled. Also though.
7.
Huh?
Oh no, it is the RSR. It is 2.
Yeah, because air cooled flat 6, son.
How much fuel do you think we're gonna need?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Can we turn fuel off for this?
No.
No, you just have to guess.
No. If you
Basically, fill the damn tank
All
and
the fuel.
pray.
How long does this take? Like 15, 20 minutes?
I don't know.
Quite long.
It's about 20 minutes.
Yeah, 20.
We're going down Highway 1. Yeah. It's going to take about 20 minutes.
How long is it? It won't.
It's like
13 miles. 12
yeah,
miles.
comparable to the Nordschleife.
Might want to turn the lap count down.
No, yes, just take the amount of fuel needed so the car is as light as possible.
But they don't know how much fuel is needed.
We don't know how
that's
much
the
fuel
point.
we need, mommy, daddy, whatever the hell your name is. Whatever the hell your name is, that's what I'm calling you.
Why use a pony when you can use a Porsche? Because a pony has more horsepower, obviously.
Start the booger.
Yeah, but Panta, I mean, Panta, you said, yeah, use the Chevy, but dude, look at that Camaro. That is a Chevy that I would own. A 69 Camaro, stars and stripes, 30. Yeah, no, you know what? I'm taking it. I'm taking it.
Remember, kiddies, it's point to point, so full send every corner.
You only go
Until
through
you
each
end up in the
corner
Pacific
once.
Ocean.
You want
Every
And it'll
corner's
scrape
turn
you
one.
off the corner.
Disowned. All right. I could take the Stang, but see, okay. You know what? I got an idea. What kind of cars does everybody have? A lot.
Just pick up the Ferrari.
Got a Fairlady.
The Ferrari.
Camaro,
What's a Ferrari?
Mustang, Porsche.
Only one more week until we get to hear Forza Ferrari. Grazie ragazzi.
What's fastest in the straight line?
The Jaguar.
Grande macchina.
The Jag, but it can't churn for Jeb.
The Jag.
Jeb. I love it.
Jag.
Wait, does the handling really suck that bad?
Yes, understeer.
I need to go back and watch that Grand Tour episode on the Jag.
Have you seen the latest Grand Tour?
I didn't. I'm gonna watch that later.
No spoilers, guys. No
I saw the name, and now I'm gonna watch it immediately after this.
The first half is really good.
All right, everybody ready?
No, hold on one second.
That's the point.
Good. Let's do this.
Yeah.
All right, Pulse, take it away.
Thank you, EJ, and welcome back to the Eric Johnson Racing Administration, where we like death wishes. We're here at the California Highway Interstate 1. We're in some amazing old cars. I'm just going to put it that way. Some fantastic vintage super fast cars. They're beautiful.
We're cannonballing, bitches.
And we're going to go for some full sending, and a lot of these cars are going to end up in some pretty upsetting positions.
Well, I'm in the Jag.
Mechanically wise at the end of this. Or rather, probably halfway through for most of them. Anyway, as iPangrazio's pedals stop working, thanks Project Cars, as usual, we're almost ready to go here with absolutely no experience. Most of the drivers I expect have never even seen this road before. A few of the drivers here who live in California may have driven this in real life and probably have. So, a minute and 40 seconds to mentally prepare yourself for this point-to-point race, as it will be Blood Fam starting on pole position, Bloke in P2. Enroy will have P3, Geek Nation in P4, Storm Crasher P5, 2 Ray in 6th, Lieutenant Dan in 7th. EJ somehow managed his way up into 8th place. I don't know who he bribed for that. Sawyer in 9th, Skiri right in the middle in P10, Awesome89 in 11th place, RB Gamer will be in 12th. Joe, super fast driver, will be in P14, quite a few positions to make up if he wants a podium here today. P15 for Mage Iguana Racing Pro, as usual, in the back. 16th place for him. Max, after a good last race, will be starting 17th in this race. Lord Ullman 18th. Then Jam Session, as usual, last. 19th for him.
My goal, last or not, survive. I'm going to go slow as fuck and let everybody else die.
Yeah,
I know this road and it sucks.
So as I was going to say, this is a point-to-point race with absolutely no experience. How do you join? You'll have to wait until the next race. I'm sorry, you can't join after this has started. So, unfortunate, but yeah, that's how it works. So, as a reminder to the drivers, it's a point-to-point race. You don't know what corner is coming up next. If you have the map up, that's nice. If you don't, well, oh well. Too late to put it up. Yeah, otherwise, good luck. This is
point to point, every corner is turn 1.
Yes, exactly. And point to point, every corner is turn 1. That's actually a very good phrase. I'm going to say that from now on. Thank you. I'm stealing that.
Every turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wherever your qualifying
Tell
position
me how the
is,
Pacific Ocean is,
you might
guys.
want to play it safe. And as we're ready to go here, I'm going to confuse Blood Fam and Bloke 100%. Blood Fam in P1. Bloke in the better car, P2, in that Porsche. Bloke gets a much better start, and actually, that might just be the gearing. That's Enroy, actually, with the fantastic start already into turn 1. Enroy made up a position. He touches the rear end of Blood Fam, I believe that is. Blood Fam, drifts through turn 1. He gets loose. Contact with Enroy. Car spinning in the front of the grid, off the track. They're back on. The massive damage already, and he gets going again, actually, without losing his tire somehow. Blood Fam and Enroy with the contact for P1 already. Skiri made up 9 positions in about 4 seconds. Okay. That's very impressive. Somehow he just does that and already has a 4-second lead. Yeah, this is Mad Max. There you go. So there you go. So through the hectic start, as usual, EJ involved in an incident. As usual, EJ punted off the track by Jam Session.
That was not me.
Anyway.
Yes, it was.
Somebody slammed on the brakes in front of me and I hit them.
Was that Scary who said yes it was?
Bloke, will you pay attention,
Jesus
please?
Christ. Anyway, Scary leading the field so far by over 4 seconds as Geek Nation made his way up into P2, Lieutenant Dan in P3, Stormcrasher P4, Anroy's made his way back into P5, Max in 6, RB Gamer in 7th. That is that Bloke or Blood? That's Bloke in 9th, followed by 8th. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Oh, now it's right. Bloodfam in 8th and Bloke in 9th. 2 Ray is in P10 at the moment. Mage Iguana loses 11th place to Racing Pro. My track map is literally useless here because of how big it is. Racing Pro, Jesus Christ. Racing Pro losing. English is hard, okay? This is so hard to watch. I don't know what's going on, okay? EJ, all the way in the back. Looks like he's going for a cruise now, actually. Scary going into the tunnel for the first time. And I don't know why I said for the first time. Every corner here is for the first time and for the only time. It's point to point. They don't do it more than once. This handles like my Odyssey minivan. Hey, exclamation point multi, sell out, sell out. What? Oh, it looks like Max, that's RB Gamer actually, I believe, who, no, that's Dan. Dan into the wall through the tunnel. Lost quite a few positions. They're down in P6 already. Racing Pro up in P9th now. That's why you play Mario Kart. You can be last place and come back with the red shell. Easy. Oh, that's a car upside down. Who is that? Trying to figure out who that is. There was a car upside down there. Looks like they just disappeared. I don't know who it is. Sorry. A car just disappeared. That's one of the drivers out of the race already. That's Blood Fam. That is Blood Fam. Oh, into the wall. That's some damage on his car. That's car backwards. Who is that? That Joe. That is Joe. Joe upside down actually just got flipped the right way up by Blood. And there's going to be another car coming through. He's trying to start his engine. He did get his engine started again. The car was stalled out. And he's trying to get it going in the right direction, losing a lot of time here. So the driver in P4 is Blood Fam. Blood Fam back in P4. Enroy in P2 again. Scary in the lead. P1. 12 seconds of a lead for Scary. Now, he might have some real-life experience on this road, so possibly a little practice beforehand. Otherwise called some knowledge. Blood Fam just behind. A big yawn. Gotcha! You didn't expect that one, did you? So that is Blood Fam touching the wall there just behind Geek Nation. Keep seeing Nat, and I want to say Nat something Geek, but I keep forgetting what it is. Always my biggest fear driving on this highway. DJ chose the wrong car for this track. Possibly? I mean, it's certainly not the fastest
Didn't choose
car.
the wrong car. I guess I should have freaking picked a car that had an armored rear end for when I got freaking booted off the track by some retard that wasn't paying attention.
It was Jam Session. Yeah. There you go, guys. Oh, quite funny. Professional commentary, guys. Professional. That's what we do here at the Eric Johnson Racing Administration Friday night races. Absolute professional commentary. We uphold the highest standards in the booths. Geek Nation very close behind Blood Fam, as most of the drivers have spread out already. Gonna try to keep some eyes on what's going on in the field.
You know, you're paid at the quality of that professionalism you exhibit.
Well, I don't get paid anything.
That's the point.
Hey, yeah. So I wish Project Cars had something where it would focus on like stuff that was actually happening that was interesting. Instead, it rather likes to focus on the ground. It likes to really zoom into drivers' doors so you can't see anything else. Yeah. Thank you, Adelgas. Adelgas. I don't know what that means. Hey, you're in Cali, so you can go get some grass and chill out. Gee. Maybe shouldn't have read that. Oh well. Yeah, just use the lawnmower. Oh, something. It looks like something might be wrong with Enroy's car, or his top speed is just very slow, as Bloodfam flies on past him for P2. Oh, who is that? That's EJ and Toure. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Oh my God! And Dan bends it in the wall just in front of him. Awesome89 with some Texas speech says, well, that's retarded. It switched me to third person and unbinded my camera switcher. Thanks, Project Cars. Good game, TM. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Didn't realize this was my summer car. EJ, defying physics. Yeah, rather interesting there. Bloodfam fairly close behind Geek Nation. Enroy took back his P number 2. Yeah, wall ride at 3,000 pounds. Oh, wow. Bloodfam getting some air there. That was very impressive. Didn't expect that one. Skiri with a 22-second lead, taking it rather easy. This is his Sunday drive. I expect... Oh, getting rear end fairly loose there. I think he's just having a bit of fun now. As that beautiful... I believe that's a 1973 Porsche 911 RSR. Absolutely beautiful, pristine condition. His is the only one of which that is in pristine condition. Enroy in P2 in a fairly battered up Porsche. Just showing that Porkies are the best as P3. Geek Nation is actually a fairly clean Porky. Doesn't look like he has much damage on that Porky there. Because you know what we like to say, go Porky go. Sunday drive going 135 miles an hour. What's wrong with that? Is there something wrong with that? Oh, and it looks like that is the race won by none other than the man, the myth, the Porky Man, the legend of the pork. Some like to call him Mr. Oink. Mr. Skiri takes the back-to-back victories here at the Eric Johnson Racing Administration. Fantastic. Nice drive from him, taking the win by a massive margin. I believe at this point it is almost 30 or 40 seconds here as Enroy will finish in P2, Bloodfam in P3, Geek Nation in P4, and for the first time in a long time they opt not to wreck each other's car, respectively. Keeping those cars
we don't have control.
Very, oh, well.
I think I'm flying.
They make those cars look quite nice. Oh, that is a RB Gamer, it looks like, upside down. I see a car on the map outside, way out of the track limit.
That would be me.
Oh, EJ making yet more contact. That's rather interesting. Yeah, Max is, well, that's rather interesting.
On my way to orbit, I think.
Yeah, that's fairly interesting, Max. You are, it looks like about 4,000 feet in the air. Or possibly underground. No, it looks like you're falling. That's rather interesting. Yeah, I'm going to go away from that because that's trippy. Anyway, a few other drivers bringing it to a stop here. Yeah, quote, simulator. Check your aileron roll trim. Oh, that's a good one. Lord Olam crossing the line for P9 now. Look, with quite a bit of time left to go. Just
hey, Pulse, not last, bitch.
Because you didn't finish?
I'm done. I'm in 9th.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
No, you're not. The Porsche would have won. The Porsche did win! Bam! The top 3 drivers were all Porkies. Or sorry,
What was it,
3 out of the top 4 drivers were Porkies. iRacing has better physics. Yes, it certainly does, but don't tell EJ that. Yeah, so Max is definitely in the air. After trimming his aileron roll, he's a little bit more stable in the air.
I can see a lie.
And I can actually see the road down there. Yes, I can see the coastline. I can see the road. It looks like a SpaceX launch.
I mean, we are down by Monterey, so...
We are, as a matter of fact. Anyway, Dan is trying to drive up one of the walls. Sorry, that doesn't work. That only really works in movies. EJ, still not finished. EJ, rather, taking it for a nice cruise along the California highway in what he wishes was his real car. RB Gamer, still upside down. However, still in front of EJ.
Yep, now
He says, "Holy shit, you're a real racer." Skiri's reaction, EJSA Kerbal. That is an appropriate reaction and what I expect. Okay, that is exclamation point classy right there. That's yeah, no. Okay. Different topic. Anyway, we're gonna back out of that one. Let's not talk about that again. Hey. Anyway. That's quite interesting. EJ still trying to finish.
They can do it.
It looks like RB Gamer actually got his car fixed, and after RB Gamer sat still for about 2 minutes, upside down, still is in front of EJ.
Finished.
He did flip me, so...
Rather interesting. Max, meanwhile, comes to a finish on the finish line. I don't know if you did that on the starting line or the finish line. Max, P11 for him, and rear end the car in front.
All right, I just want to... All right, hold on a second. All right, I just want to say something. So, my steering rack is broken, right? And I'm clearly getting input to both the wheels because when I turn the wheel right, the car does go to the right. However, if I hold the wheel steady, the car turns to the left without me turning the wheel. I'm sorry. If you have broken steering, it's either broken or working. There's no in between.
It's just a little broken.
No. Don't. There's no such thing as just a little broken.
Well,
I have no words for that.
Stuntman.
No, something is offset. This game simulation is offset from realistic.
Stuntman says that to be fair.
What happened?
Stuntman said that to be fair, this car can't turn with a working steering rack.
Hey, Pulse, look at that. Losing 7th.
Anyway, I don't see that. I don't know what you're talking about. You're in last.
Well, at least the
anyway. That brings an end to the first Lightning race of the Eric Johnson Friday Night Racing Administration. That was a rather interesting race and rather, I'm tempted to say, almost good.
That was a mistake.
All right.
Otherwise known as a mistake. Now, my question for EJ is:
Yes.
Is there something? I hear something in the background there.
Is it
is
time
that
for ding, 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 ding,
is that a
ding,
bonus?
Lightning round.
Lightning round.
Bonus
Lightning
race.
round.
Should have driven the Ford. Well,
get back to Cleo's.
Dude, even the freaking Ford. Somebody broke my rear suspension in the second turn. Somebody drove right up my tailpipe. Dude. Yeah.
I got rear-ended like 8 times.
Yeah.
I went out for a Sunday drive.
Okay. All right. Let's not do that again. Let's not do that ever again.
Oh god, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
That was the opposite of fun.
Yeah, that was something. Yeah, that was something.
Let's do Texas and these cars.
I mean, if you want to have a meme, Oval, go ahead.
You might not crashing these. You know who knows.
Clio Cups on an O.
Oh,
Cleo
yes.
at Le Mans won.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Oh wow.
Hey, make sure to
approve
change
this.
it off at
I
10
approve
laps,
this.
though.
Yeah, 10 laps might be a bit excessive.
3?
That still might be a bit excessive.
This is free.
I must have said a lot of fastest lap.
And the record for the slowest lap of Le Mans goes to...
Wait, we're doing this in the Clios?
Yes! It's gonna be like a 5-minute lap!
I almost want to do this.
Do it, folks.
Really, EJ?
And commentate.
Yeah?
If we
This
can.
is going to take so long.
Do it, you want.
2 laps. Yeah, 2 laps. Yeah, sure, 2 laps. That's fine.
No.
It's
no,
like a
no.
5, 6.
What about-
probably like a
what
6-minute
about
lap
the-
time,
Yeah,
honestly.
there you go.
1 lap. Okay.
Oh wow.
Hit it.
The modern
Okay.
GT.
I'll commentate and drive at the same time. Let's go.
Good God.
Let's go.
100
World's
laps.
longest lap. Clap, clap, clap.
I love this. Break zones are gonna be the
Oh
best.
yeah. Oh God, what is a braking zone?
I hope so.
What are brakes?
Why brake when you can just cut the gravel trap?
That'll be that guy.
Yeah, don't be that guy.
Or Jam is gonna find you.
Not if I push him into the gravel trap.
Panhammer!
Take all the toe out of the car.
Who needs tow?
Oh crap, I didn't put fuel in the car.
You might have enough.
Yeah, it's just 1 lap.
12 liters should be safe for 2 laps.
This
Well,
is gonna be
just- I'm
interesting.
just-
Yeah,
Just
Oh, I can't wait for this.
this will be fun. I'm gonna do this race, but I'll still commentate.
Or 1 lap.
1
Yeah,
lap.
It's probably gonna be about 5 minutes, Panta.
Yeah, this is gonna be fairly interesting.
Do these cars bump draft well?
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out. Good
cars barely
evening,
go over
everybody, and
70
welcome
miles
back
an
to the Eric
hour.
Johnson Racing Administration Friday Night Races. My name is Pulse, and this is going to be the worst commentary you've ever heard in your life. I will be driving this race starting in P8. Enroy starting in P1. EJ has somehow financed himself up into P2. I'm not sure who he bribed or what he bribed them with to get them on the front row. Skiri will be starting in P3. First time using the wheel in Project Cars 2. Oh my god, my settings right. Well, this is the time to test it. Anyway, Storm Crasher in P4, Racing Pro in P5, Awesome 89 will be P6, Major Iguana P7, I'm going to be in P8. Guts in P9, Joe P10, Geek Nation 11th, Blood Fam 12th, RB Gamer 13th, and I don't have time to read the rest of the names as we're ready to go here. Oh, do I have my controls right? Yep, it looks like I do. And we're almost ready to go racing here. The lights are on. I see a massive jump start there. It's green, and Racing Pro absolutely jumped that start there. EJ stopped on the grid on the right-hand side, and already most cars going past him as Skiri up a position as well. It looks like Storm up into P1. Fantastic start from him coming into turn 1. I bet a lot of the cars here are going to rear-end me, possibly, as a few cars go up my inside. RB Gamer got a better start than I did. Joe just in front. Skiri looks like an outside move. Storm Crasher keeping P1 through turn 1. Oh, that's a massive crash. I'm going to go wide, actually, and cut the second corner because there you go, brake. Yeah, I'm not going to repeat that. Anyway, up into P7 I am as Storm Crasher leads the field so far. There's a car on my left side pushing me off the track. I'm in the grass. Oh, no. Ah! I'm in the air. Someone help me. Who was that? Oh, my God, I'm in the air again. I'm upside down. Okay.
I'll save you,
who the fuck was that? Oh,
no, it's an avalanche.
Jesus Christ. Somebody help me. That's okay.
Next level.
I only. I am still going. I can keep doing this. P17 at the moment. My car is damaged, but it's not that bad. Skiri just on the tail. It looks like Skiri got ahead. I can't actually see them, but I see his name at the top of the screen. I don't know who it was that busted me off the track, but whoever it was is a dick. Skiri, Storm, and Awesome going 3 wide. Meanwhile, coming into the first chicane, Skiri, Storm, and Awesome 89 will be 3 wide. I'm gonna retire because I want to watch this, and my car's fucked. Anyway, going into the monitor, Skiri goes into the first chicane in the inside line. Awesome 89 drifting around the outside now as Joe and Storm all very close behind. That was a rather interesting start to the race, and I don't know who it was that pushed me off the side, but I'm rather upset at them, quite honestly.
Was it a green car?
Well, that was quite fun of a start. Thanks to whoever busted me on my inside line. You totally didn't give me any room and pushed me in the grass. That was an not epic gaming moment. That was not very gangster of you. But meanwhile, the top 4 cars of Skiri, Awesome 89, Joe, and Storm are basically bumped. They're all in formation coming into the second chicane now. Down the straight. Oh, that's one car going a little loose there. Skiri as well. Joe gets a pretty good exit, but none of it really matters that much. Oh, Awesome taps the rear end of Joe.
You guys fancy 4 wide?
Rip EJ.
Why not go 4 wide? Is it a rip EJ? No, EJ. Oh.
We got
okay,
4 lanes.
We're going to go
Oh, sweet
track
Jesus.
here.
I don't want to do that though.
As Joe.
Joe.
So I should add that Joe, Skiri, Storm, and Awesome 89 are all 4 wide coming into the braking zone. Heavy braking zone as they come into it. Who's going to brake first? Awesome 89 brakes first and allows all the other cars to go. Mage Iguana, meanwhile, has caught up as he was in the draft of them so far. Joe is in the lead coming out of the corner. Skiri just behind Awesome 89 in 3rd and Storm down in 4th. But none of that really matters because the draft is so strong here. You have the top 5 cars. They're going to be bump drafting. RB Gamer not able to keep up in the slipstream, has fallen back 6 seconds. Just in a straight line. Joe currently in the lead now. They're going to be coming up into Indianapolis, and I'm wondering who is going to be the car that ends up upside down 40 feet in the air in Indianapolis. We're going to see Joe still in the lead. Awesome 89 actually will overtake him slightly. Skiri in the middle of the pack here. Stormbreaker braking early, managing to keep it safe. Oh, that's Awesome 89 goes very wide, losing his rear end into the wall. He goes Joe off into the gravel trap. He keeps it going in a straight line, but loses P2 to Storm. Skiri in the lead so far. Storm in P2 just behind Skiri now. Joe in P3. Mage Iguana's up in P4. Awesome 89 lost the position in P5. He's still going, but after making that contact, he's lost over 3 seconds. So it's now almost a 4-man race here for the win. Skiri in the lead yet again. Storm just behind, only 0.6 of a second as they come up to the Porsche curves now. Skiri will be in the lead. Storm, can he do anything about it? This is going to be quite the drift-do through here. I'm curious to see for the first time how these cars handle, first of all, and if any of the drivers are able to keep anything. Joe with the massive dive almost up into P2 there. Only 1 second down now on Skiri for P3 to P1. Skiri at P1 keeping it fairly clean. Not a major drift-do, but Joe in the background getting some nice tire smoke. Skiri keeping it nice and clean, very clean actually, making a massive gap through the Porsche curves, over 1 second now. He just made over half a second through 2 corners. Skiri 1 second now, but Joe is on the tail of Storm now. Storm with not a good exit out of the Porsche curve. Skiri coming into the final chicane now. Joe might try to make a dive bomb up here on Storm, braking very, very late there. Storm manages to keep it out in front. Joe not able to do anything about it, and as they come into the final chicane now, Skiri with a massive drift-do will win the 3rd race. Storm in P2, Joe P3, and Mage Iguana will finish P4 just ahead of Awesome 89. That was beautiful. Guts. Oh, RB Gamer goes for a late dive on Guts for P6, but goes into the gravel and loses the position. Guts will finish P6. RB Gamer will finish just ahead of Bloodfam for P7. And Bloodfam wrecking him as a result. Max, meanwhile, in P8. iPing Grazio for the P10 finishes. EJ flips through the air, loses his hood, and lands on his side, but corrects to his front. P11 for EJ. Lord Olm 12th. Bloken 13th. That's 2 Ray in 14th. Geek Nation 15th. And as usual, Jam Session in last. that was the one lap of the Clio Cup Le Mans race with whoever wrecked me, who I'm not exactly sure who it was, but I would like to find out because you're a dick. Anyway, what a race. That was rather interesting, I do have to admit, and quite enjoyable, I would say. Skiri with yet another victory, Stormcrasher with another podium for the night, and Joe with his first podium for the night. Quite a good race for him. Racing Pro says again.
My game crashed.
That is not gangster. Yeah, that was. I got on a clip of that commentary when whoever spun me in the grass and then 3 people hit me into the air.
In the VOD, dude. If you want to put the VOD, I was right behind you. Dude.
Were you?
So
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was right there too. It was crazy.
Oh man. Was that a green? I'm pretty sure it was a green car. Yeah, I think it was a green car. that was insane.
Oh, yeah.
That was
geez.
Jesus Christ.
Guys,
What
he's
a-
doing it again. You're doing it again.
Alright, these are
Just use your pit limiter and have a nice Sunday drive.
That's what I did last time I finished 7th.
Skyline.
Do it. Do it. Sunday drives.
Yeah, dude, it's not class locked, dude. Like it's same class, or else I would.
Give us convertibles, you coward.
98T, you won't.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. I will not do that.
We can all agree to take the same car, maybe. It usually does.
Yeah, we can all be honest. We can all take the same car.
I mean, a Caterham 7 is a Caterham 7 620 is a convertible.
Yeah, that's a fun car.
It's a fun little death trap.
Everybody has to choose Caterham 7s though, or I'm not hitting the
That
start
thing
button.
has a rear view mirror that just blocks.
I am still going. I can keep doing this. P17 at the moment. My car is damaged, but it's not that bad. Skiri just on the tail. It looks like Skiri got
Yeah, Caterham 7s are cool.
but I see his name at the top.
I almost kind of don't like. I almost kind of want to race a track that I know. Yeah. I don't know these coast tracks, dude.
What could possibly go wrong?
I am not going to drive this.
Yeah.
Horn and Pulse, change your damn car.
Why does the DB11 have 8 gears?
Oh, I'm not driving, Jam. Why does it?
He said he wouldn't start it until we all change our cars.
Whatever. I was watching that replay. Oh, it was RB. It was RB. RB ran me off the track.
And everybody in EJ's chat was blaming me. I didn't do it.
Oh, it's your fault.
Yeah.
It's always RB.
I did not do it.
I did not.
I did not do it. I did not.
Yeah, Jam. Why'd you do it, dick?
Yeah, you suck.
You're in last place and you hit me. It's like,
me
oh, hi. Yeah, it was Jam's fault. Jam hit us. I think Jam hit us.
Okay, Louisa, fine. Have it your way. Ready?
RB, why'd you run me wide? You just threw me in the grass there. That's not gangster of you.
This is a night race.
Shit.
Oh boy.
That wasn't.
Why did it do that?
Oh,
What?
dear God.
What? Oh no!
It
That's
says
gonna make
12.
it better.
Calm down, it has lights.
I think it's just
like
a
Batman.
loading screen.
It's
Yeah.
gonna make it better, first of all, and yeah, it is a loading screen. But we should do a night race.
That yellow
Yeah.
sector 2 looks really interesting.
It's a fun time.
Oh, that's the
especially
word
on
you
those switch
used for that.
packs.
Night race at Nürburgring.
We are almost ready.
Joy. Fuel. How much?
Oh my God!
Again.
Jesus,
Oh,
whose
radio.
car is that? Okay, somebody spawned inside of somebody else.
This can only go well.
Jesus Christ! So it's jam session, as usual.
I haven't even readied up yet. How am I being blamed?
Hey, what's faster?
You're
track
inside
or
of-
semi-slick?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Well, I just pick auto to be honest.
There are a few drivers
But if I put
on
on summer tires.
different ones. Not everybody's on the same tires. This is gonna
What's
be
the-
good.
What's the keystroke to change view?
5 rebound mine, so I don't
That's the problem that I had.
V or C maybe on the keyboard.
know. No, I've got mine bound to C. I don't know if that's the regular one though. Geez, that's a lot of
Maybe.
toe-in angle on the front.
Left or right bracket?
Oh yes, I'm lost. I can watch the chaos.
I'm in the middle. I am the chaos.
Well, anyways, we're almost ready to go racing here for the 4th time tonight. I believe this is a record, actually, 4 races in one night. But Blood Fam will be starting in P1, Stormcrasher in P2, Awesome89 in P3, EJ in P8, Skiri P13, Ipingrazio 15th, Enroy down in 18th, and Joe last on the grid. Jam Session will take that spot shortly, however.
Do we need our passports since we're going from Monaco into France?
No, it's the EU.
Yep.
Silly Jam.
Somebody's inside of me.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier.
being
Oh,
penetrated.
no, you're actually on top of somebody now. Anyway, they're ready to go here. Bloodfam gets a good start. Storm actually gets an even better one. Jam Session, gets rear-ended by somebody. That's what happens when the drivers start. That's... Okay, well, he's out of the race. Anyway, Skiri with a good start already. P8 for him. EJ P7. Skiri trying to go just around the outside. Okay, that's a big oopsie. That's an oopsie there. Oh my God, the driver! Who was that? Who just reversed? Whose man is this? I've given up on any sort of professional commentary.
Can I get a flip,
that
please?
I did have.
Please.
EJ had I don't know who exactly that was, but they reversed directly in front of him. That was quite funny.
Guys.
Thank you. Which way do I go?
The bonnet of my car is
Wait.
stuck on top of the camera. I can't see anything.
Straight, left, 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 left. Straight, 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 straight. Brake, left, left,
I
left.
left a trail of debris for you, so.
Yeah. Oh, that's a massive crash from Bloodfam in P1. Straight into a wall he goes. I guess he doesn't have the track map on. That's what happened to Enroy. Max in P2 is catching up to him in the meanwhile. Skiri, after being involved in a crash with EJ, goes into the same wall that everybody else has gone into. Décollage. Anyway, did anybody enjoy the last race's commentary? Anybody? I'm curious if anybody actually enjoyed that, because it was quite. I thought it was quite good.
I'm full lock right, and it's going straight. If I turn left, it won't go left.
Oh, here we have a battle for P1. Storm has caught up to Max in the battle for P1. Very close between them. Only 0.3 of a second of Storm on the tail of Max. Max, after losing his front bonnet, actually now staying in front. Storm trying to keep up, but I guess not wanting to take too many risks. We'll keep an eye on that.
Right is destroyed.
Skiri P5 at the moment, definitely with some damage.
My front suspension is at 100 damage, my front wing is at 100 damage, my engine is at 80 damage.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm
Jesus.
retiring out of this one.
How unfortunate. Max, however, still leads Storm, not able to quite keep up. Skiri, however, losing quite a bit of time now as he goes into the wall again. Definitely has some damage. The rear end very loose, manages to save it just so. EJ and Joe in an interesting battle almost rear ends him there. I'm going to do it with the chase cam right now because that's the only thing that I can actually see what's going on. So EJ just behind Joe, getting that rear end very, very loose, just kind of sliding it out every here and there and everywhere. Storm leads by 3 seconds now on Geek Nation as EJ drifts into the wall. Just a light tap there.
And where you like that 360 drift?
Sick, bro. Epic.
Epic style is right. We are a little over halfway through the track now, and Storm is actually... Oh, wait, no, never mind. I was looking at it the wrong way. We're almost halfway through the track.
EJ!
And EJ...
I'm sorry!
Fine.
I tried to stop! You stopped too early!
EJ admitting fault for the first time in his racing career.
We can't scratch.
This is quite fun. This is rather fun. Cars tend to be loose when the adrenaline and willpower are the last thing holding it together. Yeah. Push to pass, spin to win. Epic style. Joe coming up upon Max. Max, who was the leader of the race, now in P6 behind Joe. Oh, goes into the wall. EJ might have a hard time getting past this one. Electing to go into the grass on the opposite side of the track to avoid him just in case. EJ now up into P6. Max lost quite a few positions and he's probably going to lose more. Skiri with some rather interesting damage. P4 at the moment. He is not catching up on the leader. Storm is making a gap there. Is it bad I kind of want to do NASCAR in some ridiculously absurd car? And by NASCAR, I mean oval. An oval race.
I would want to do that all night at Texas, but no.
Nobody likes Texas.
Or Daytona, or there's only 2 ovals.
He is an ass clown. That's not a brand new insult. I've heard that insult quite a few times. My favorite insult is dippy egg. Don't be a fucking dippy egg. Geek Nation lost quite a bit of time. So anyway, that is pretty much most of the drivers spread out by more than 3 seconds each. Besides Max now behind Joe. And he's losing more time in the wall. He goes. As a Texan, I am offended. I mean the track. I like Austin. Austin's quite nice. There are 3. Monza. Ooh. Monza. That's an interesting one.
I think I have a punctured tire.
I think I have 4 punctured
I think you're
tires.
Your car feels like it's strafing.
Monza Oval IndyCar. I think we should do a kinda slow car that's easy to control. I think that'd be quite fun. Ooh, who's that? Oh, is that Storm? No, that's not Storm. Who was that? Somebody just flipped. Was that Skiri? Skiri going for a barrel roll. Trying to take some of those acrobatic skills, I guess. That was rather interesting. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about that. Anyway, Monza Clios. Maybe.
Big jump.
When pulls for DNF, he was warped into another car and then got rear-ended and flipped at the start thanks to me. Was I warped into another car at the start of the last race? If you're talking about this race, that was jam session.
Yeah, I was consumed by another car.
Yeah,
Or
that was
consumed
jam
in another
session.
car.
Jam session was at the start of this race, consumed by another car. Geek Nation and Lord Olam actually in a good battle for P2 at the moment. F-150s at Monza. That's a good idea.
F-150s suck.
Lord Olam.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
Darn.
Lord Olam just behind Geek Nation now. Enroy.
Bye, Max.
Getting past Max. Max, who was in the lead of the race, now a minute and 20 seconds behind as he struggles. That's the only word for it. He struggles. Come on, let's get our truck out and race. Yeah, no, not a truck guy.
Hi, Max.
Yeah, my steering wheel is at a 30-degree angle.
I believe that every single person steering here is screwed up.
Nice.
Almost at the end of the race, though. Don't worry.
Pulse, can you see if my my wheels are turning left?
Yeah, they are. They're turning. Well, anyway, this second disaster of an idea comes to an end with Stormcrasher winning. Geek Nation will come in P2, Lord Olm will be P3. Who needs steering when you have faith to guide your way? Well, this is rather interesting, I do have to admit. EJ actually now just behind Skiri. Skiri battling his own car will come to an end in P4. EJ P5. That was a nice yawn. I hope I got some of you with that one.
Steering those down.
Oh no, my engine's about to blow.
Joe comes in P6. Racing Pro, P7 at the moment. Still a little bit to go and he crosses the line. Or actually, does he? No, he doesn't. He spun just before it. And he will reverse. And then hit the wall again. Good job.
Dude, I have the worst luck in these races, man. You saw me. I'm trying to drive through. I slow down, right? And I'm working my way through the accident. Get back up into. I'm just like, oh,
yeah, me too.
I don't know who that was, but they literally just reversed straight out into the middle of the track.
Alright.
I'm gonna make it. My engine is at 93.
Hey, can someone push?
Yeah. That was
Sure.
interesting.
How far are you? I'm at 49%.
Hey, guess what, Joe? My insurance company has the best fans. We have the best fans around. They're the best insurance company ever.
Good. I hope I enjoy them.
Hey, EJ, that might have been me.
Oh, man, sorry, dude. I thought the turn was
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just good.
EJ, that might have been me who backed.
Well, as I probably will never be on the podium again in this room, I think the coastal races are my
AKA survival.
Two best finishes that I've ever had, a second and a fourth. I'm good with that.
AKA
so I can be happy.
AKA the survival of the lucky.
Hey,
the survival of the lucky. That's what.
When we ran the Hawking Ring, that's all I did. It was just go slow and try to survive, and I wound up like 12th.
Project Cars 2 Battle Royale.
That's how I got a fifth at the old Spa.
Oh God.
In 98 Ts. Turned the car all the way down and went slow as hell and finished fifth.
Stuntman, we're in Squared. We're calling it. We're calling
Yeah.
it. It's no longer Lightning Round. We're calling it Project Cars Battle Royale from now on.
Beginner's luck.
That's true.
I made it. Yes.
Yes. You should get medical attention
Max
now.
with a 90-degree steering lock.
Without any input.
That was a Project Cars 2 Mad Max. That's quite good. Yeah,
Oh,
that was that was another race that happened. And Jam Session somehow is still only in the second sector of the track.
I'm at 58%.
Jesus. Please do something. I don't want to wait here for another 2 minutes.
I do like these cars, though. They're fun.
They
Gator
must have,
Zones are cool, dude.
They
got
must
a
have
2.3
did-
turbo in them.
Winner, steering's down the shitter.
Sounds about right.
RB, we're all waiting on you.
These things got a 2.3 turbo from a Ford Focus. They got a Focus ST engine in them.
This is man's karting.
It's cool, dude. It's a cool car.
Yeah, doing this with the Oculus on was awesome.
Oh, I bet, dude.
Are you now seasick? Because I imagine I would be.
Okay, now stock cars at the Nordschleife.
Oval.
No.
Oval.
Okay, no. Not kill Tricky Triangle.
Oh, God.
We don't have Poconos.
Indianapolis Oval.
No, not kill.
India-
It has a like tiny little oval that is awful.
Indianapolis
I want to see
Oval.
this many cars on that.
Let's do the Indy Oval in LMP2s.
Okay.
Yes. Dude, that's gonna be super boring.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something that would make for fun, like just bump drafting. Just have a massive pack.
Loudon, Porter, that track blows. Even if it was in this
Cleo.
game, dude, I would never. We'd never drive that. That track sucks.
I didn't think Pocono was in this game.
It isn't.
No.
Poconos,
there's-
we don't have Pocono.
I'm saying Not Kill has a triangle.
Yeah.
And it's awful.
It is
But
awful.
at the same time, I want to see this many cars try to kill each other on it.
I ran the G55 Juniors around there forever. It was a nuisance.
We should do
Stock cars at Monaco.
Group B.
stock cars.
Max, stop.
Group 5 turbo laggy boys.
What about GT3 at Spa?
Nah.
That's slow.
That's the
normal.
original idea I've ever heard in my entire life.
Clio Cups Daytona Oval.
One lap again.
3 laps. How about that? 3 laps Daytona Oval Clio Cups.
I bet you the Clios can get some good bump tracks. in there.
Yeah,
That's
it's
thinking
probably.
fine. Stock cars at Monaco.
Stock cars at Monaco.
Oh, no.
Why?
As
Well,
if
yes,
they could
that-
make the
no,
hairpin.
that would be amazing.
As if they could make the hairpin.
Stock cars
Fun
at
one is to
Monaco.
do in iRacing.
Stock
To do
cars
a,
on-
Oh god.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'll
I
take
agree.
no.
9.
9.
Okay.
Now the fun one's in iRacing to do like a
Uh,
NASCAR's
one
Daytona,
lap.
and it's
Oh.
$20 for fourth.
Say that again, Scary.
You host a race at Daytona in the NASCAR, and it's
Yeah.
not who wins gets the prize money; it's whoever finishes like fourth. So you come to the line, and everyone just jams on the brakes.
I'm trying to think what else would be crazy. I don't think Monza Classic because we didn't start off with that. It's not.
I think that the Monaco idea.
They literally couldn't make the hairpin. There's no way these cars can turn
No,
that.
these cars, yeah, they can't.
They have a V8 and a clutch.
I mean, it would be
Exactly.
death. You can barely fit too wide, but Rouen Le Essard, or however you pronounce that French
Rouen?
track, would be death in these.
Well, Rouen has got a hairpin tighter than Monaco.
We can barely fit too wide in any cars there, anyways.
I kind of like this idea. Hockenheim in the
This sounds
NASCAR.
And if you hit the
Probably didn't
curbs, you're dead.
Want to do one more than one lap or?
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, 2.
Because we're
Yeah.
gonna
2 or
survive
3.
one.
We'll go Mario Kart style. We'll do 3
The mount.
laps.
Okay.
I'm happy with any car on any
Does that mean
track.
we can? Does that mean we can throw bananas on the?
No.
Rubbing is racing.
This will not be
Daytona.
rubbing. This will be wrecking.
Repeat of our first race night.
So breaking.
Can we make it
zones,
nighttime?
These cars don't have headlights.
Exactly.
Our braking zone is like half a mile long.
They don't,
Rain?
they don't need headlights.
Can we?
Are you afraid
Wait.
of the dark?
Can we do a rain race?
Yes.
We
No.
should do a
Rain
rain.
doesn't-
No,
There's a
Okay,
reason
okay,
Yankees don't do
okay.
that.
EJ, I'm not saying in these cars. I'm not saying in these cars do a rain race, but future race rain is honestly it's not realistic at all, but it's quite fun in this game.
There's so many
Night
death
rain.
puddles at Hawk Classic and Rain, though.
See last. What was your last, Ez? But did you say my PC crashed? No, I'm not repeating this. All right, let's do this. Jump in.
And it says, if I pick up Jam Session, is that a red shell or a blue shell? I don't think you can
it's
ever.
the banana peel.
It's a 4 kiloton nuclear device, sir.
It's only a blue shell if there's more than 2 laps around a track, because otherwise there's no way he can ever see the leader unless he's getting lapped.
Monza racing?
So,
You want to go?
just for that, I'm taking somebody out this race. Just be aware.
Oh,
not me.
We know it'll be EJ anyway. It's always EJ.
Monza Classic. If you want to do Monza, it has to be Classic.
Yeah, I don't have Classic. We'd have to remake the room. All right, let's do this.
I'm telling you, rain races are fun.
Oh, I thought we were doing Bathurst. Never mind. I'll actually try here.
I think it takes about, if I remember right, it takes about an hour and a half to flood Le Mans with like light rain or heavy rain.
We should pick like the GT4 cars in rain and just send it.
Whoa! This battle royale mode is fantastic.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Oh boy, let's see.
Battle Royale, 8, 10 out of 10.
I love rain after we stop doing the racing league. Yeah, that's okay. Heavy rain is different from light rain racing. Or no, storm. That's what it was. Storm. If you select storm in this game for rain, you are insane. Yeah, that's it. You're insane. You're literally insane.
See, the rain itself doesn't do much. It's the puddles.
Yeah.
The rain honestly just slows the car down. You don't lose that much. Like you never aquaplane.
It makes it a lot of fun though, just because you have to look out for the puddles and everyone tries to avoid them. I honestly think it's just a lot of fun with light rain on. Maybe heavy rain if the cars are good for it. If you pick storm though,
oh
lunatic.
god, I'm 10.
Absolute lunatic. Oh, so Skiri starting in P3. Joe P5, Enroy P17, the notable names here. EJ P6 at the moment. Dan on pole position in his entirely white car, including the grill. I don't know how any air gets in there. But
It's
that's
just a test. We didn't put any sponsors on this car because we don't expect any car to finish the race.
Does this have the new NASCAR package?
If like 2014. NASCAR.
Yeah, not new at all.
That's iRacing.
Full send or no send. That's how we live life here at the Eric Johnson Racing Administration. Friday night races. We're ready to go here. Skiri off to a great start already, trying to get past Dan for P1, and he does so. Only 3 seconds in, there's a small crash going on in the back of the field. Skiri already with the fair lead as most of the cars going amazingly wide through turn 1. He's sideways. Dan coming back across the track. He spins into the wall, and he's going to come onto the track again. Massive damage there between a lot of the cars. Yep, there is some quite heavy damage there between, I think, all the cars below P. It's 7, honestly. Yeah, that was a disaster. That was a disaster.
Oh, good to see you in the booth here, Paul.
Oh, hey, hi, hey, this is, oh my god, someone just got, oh, Jesus, who is that? That's a massive crash happening from, RJ and Mage Iguana.
No,
oh,
you
Mage
ass.
Iguana slammed into.
No, it wasn't Yard, you ass.
The rear end. Ain't no need to get mad. As, a few more drivers. Yeah, this is a... Oh, that's Joe off into the wall. That's car spinning. That's Awesome 89 spinning. This should have been a one-lap race. This really should have been a one-lap race. Where's S-Master? He's not here. Yeah, this is a disaster. This is an absolute and utter disaster. Enroy up to P3. Very impressive from him.
Yeah, this.
Tonight was a mistake.
This was a mistake. No, the other ones were quite fun. This is a mistake, though.
I prefer this than the Radicals.
GT4.
Or the Caterham.
Oh, can we do Brands Hatch Indy? The Brands Hatch Indy course.
That's the short track.
Yes, it's super fun.
And by super fun, do you mean super dumb?
It's aw.
I think it's fun.
Rude. Thanks, Enroy.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that liking unfun things was cool now.
It's basically just turn 1 simulator.
I nearly vettled it into the stadium.
You just get to keep doing turn 1 over and over again.
Oh, so we all get to rear-end each other over and over and over again?
We should do it. It's quite fun. Now I'm upset.
It really is a good configuration.
See? EJ, everyone's against you. You're the one who's wrong here. Your opinion is wrong.
Majority rules.
Someone should use a purple shell.
That's funny.
Yeah, this was a disaster. I'm not even going to try to commentate anything that's going on here. Enroy doing donuts.
That is Joe.
Is that Joe? Oh.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, well. Wrong European person. Oh, okay. Scary spinning. There's a first time for everything, isn't there? And he's reversing. Fucking hell. That was quite smart, though.
Oh. In case anyone was wondering why we qualify.
In case anyone was wondering why we don't do NASCARs at the Hockenheim
You're
Classic.
so floaty!
Why is there a car facing backwards?
They've got 2 people racing in reverse, man.
Yeah, this is a disaster. That's what this is. We're gonna not do this again. Instead, we should
Amazing
do
cars.
Okay, yep, no, yep, alright, I
no.
admit that this one was bad.
Okay.
I was late for that.
Yeah, this one was a bad time.
We-
Other ones, good ideas.
Yeah, that
Going
one.
backwards down.
Other ones, good ideas. This one,
At least now we know.
not so much. Yeah, now we know, exactly. That's why we try new things. We try new things
Yeah.
because now, now we know to never do this.
Yeah, now we know to never put these cars on this track. At least, yeah, okay, cool.
Or really,
I just-
most tracks.
I just battled it.
Ah.
Exact same corner.
He didn't
Yeah,
vettle
that was
it,
a
though.
perfect battle.
It's
That was
not.
perfect.
It's not
I spoke-
raining.
Yeah, but the difference is he was driving a Formula 1 car, you were driving a NASCAR. One of those cars handles, the other one doesn't.
Ah.
Got him!
Has that become the official name for that meme? Is Vettled it?
No,
For that corner?
That corner
Just
is
for that
bad.
corner, yeah.
That's the Vettel hairpin.
Scary's got major steering damage.
Who needs steering when you have a V8?
Calm
Guys,
down, America.
I already got an idea for the next thing that we should do, but
Yeah.
I need to start a new one. So
Is it Brands Hatch Indy? Rain? Rain at Brands Hatch Indy. Night rain Brands Hatch Indy.
Only if damage is off.
Give me like a GT4 car or something that can actually
Why
handle.
not snow?
Okay, that's a bit.
I have to get
Okay, Satan.
I'm gonna get a podium.
Evos at Bathurst in snow,
Nordschleife in snow?
or that.
I remember one time.
No.
Oh,
He's evil. He's evil.
Oh, no.
Oh, hey there, Satan. How's it going?
What the fuck?
Make
10
it.
laps.
EJ, make it rain.
no.
Make it rain, EJ. Come on, do it.
rain, dude. With this,
Light,
Make it rain, you
light.
coward.
Guts, this is your
way.
fault.
is this not hard enough?
Okay,
I mean,
okay, fine.
Well,
Of course, Yarg. Yeah.
I just know that we've like never driven with rain here, and honestly, I think it's quite fun.
Well, Scary's spinning it out.
Yep. Old spa.
In what?
No! No!
Oh my god.
Punt him! Punt him! Do it!
Punt the pass.
Steering problem.
Power!
Just do fog, EJ.
Fog.
Nah, that's lame.
Fog? Dude, fog would be death. What are you talking about?
Fog is just lame.
You can't see the track.
Exactly.
We're gonna be driving formula cars. We're not gonna be able to see the track from the spray.
That's a good point. Oh my god, Young Boy. What the hell?
Just put light rain
I
on.
just
it.
saw everyone
That's all we
flying towards
need.
me.
All we need is some light rain.
Okay.
Insert joke about Halo blocking view here.
I got you, Squared. Squared, we'll go with some Welsh weather, okay? Just for you, buddy.
Oh my god, why?
Red Star, okay, like I'll be real. We usually race a lot better than this. These are just go. You know what I'm saying?
You haven't hit the pace car. Hit the damn pace car, Jam.
Jam Pablo Montoya?
Jam the Torpedo Verstappen?
Formula Jam.
That sounds like a porno.
And that blew my motor up.
Endurance racing doesn't really work in project cars because pit stops are
break.
absolutely
break
broken. Yeah.
Yeah, they're broken,
Yeah.
dude. You go into a pits, the guys you'll tell them to change the tires and they'll fill your car with gas. And they won't change the tires.
I had a
tell them to fill the
Le Mans,
car up with gas and they'll change 2 tires.
Also,
Yeah.
if you just
Or they won't fill up your car.
Tires don't degrade after a certain amount, they just stop. It's pretty much faster not to go for a pit stop.
There was a run race where we're supposed to transition to rain. My friend comes in to pit for wets. They just give him more dries.
Yeah, we've had that before.
It's fine.
I'll never forget watching Enroy struggle around the track making 3 pit stops as he tried to get wet tires.
Dude, I think that's the hardest.
It was
I've
on
ever raged at project cars.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we were driving at Algarve at Portugal in the Caterham. That's what it was. It was a Caterham because those things handle horribly. And it started raining and Enroy pits, gives him dry tires again. It starts raining harder. He did like a 8-minute lap time, pits again. He put more dry tires on. He was winning the race too. He went from first to last. Or not last, probably like 4th or something. I mean, see, most other people crashed out, so I think I was in a crash, and then it was like nighttime, and my headlights broke, and I go in, and they gave me wet tires, but they didn't put on any headlights, so it was just pitch black. Jesus Christ! Like, yeah, the pit stops are absolutely fucked here.
Here we go.
Lobby up.
Yep, EJ GP2 engine. GP2.
This is gonna be a
because the way we're racing, we don't deserve to be GP1.
Yeah, we deserve to be GP
4.
GP poo. EJ GP poo.
GP yoke.
About as good as Lance Stroll.
EJ GP Stroll.
Stroll GP. Hey, who's gonna drive? Who's gonna drive for you next year? I don't know. Ask my dad.
I can't find the lobby.
It might.
It's full.
It says 19 of 20.
One more spot.
Oh wait, this is the score. Oh fuck.
What is the lobby name then exactly?
EJGP2.
Is it spaces, underscores, no spaces?
Spaces.
Yeah.
Does it matter? You just look for
Yeah,
E.
you should. It should be in the browser.
It's probably full.
There's only like
Oh,
2
there it is.
lobbies.
Cricket cards probably can't count either. So.
Yep. True that.
11 time with a try.
You know what's
got
fun?
in.
Yeah.
RP did it,
time.
guys.
Congrats, you joined. I was gonna say though, as much as everybody, including myself, likes to hate on Lance Stroll, you know, if you were in that position, you would want to do the exact same thing.
What? Just ask my dad?
Well, I mean, obviously not act that way, but I mean, if you
Get
could,
the heck out of Williams.
if you could buy a Formula One seat,
The difference is he tries to defend that he
oh
got there
yeah,
without
yeah, exactly.
Just own it. Be like, I'm here because of that, but because of that, I'm here to prove that I deserve
Yeah.
to be here. Which is
Yeah.
what he should be saying, but he's not.
Yeah. I mean, Pulse literally, Pulse is here. What you guys just said is literally
Yeah.
what you should be saying. Yeah. Yeah, my dad bought a seat here.
Oh,
You
I
do that?
clicked
What are you,
ready.
crazy?
Oh, I clicked ready. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay. Okay.
So it's going to rain, correct?
it is? I
No.
just stripped all the
It's just
downforce off the
overcast.
car.
It's just overcast, so it's not gonna rain. I accidentally clicked ready, so I kind of. What's the default setup? Just someone tell me.
How many laps?
Loose.
One.
It's loose.
I have.
One lap. This is the last race of the night.
Oh, it's historic. I didn't realize it was historic.
I have 2 setups for this car previously. One is called Loose, and the other one is called Bacon.
Bacon, obviously.
Well, bacon, obviously, yeah.
Yep. All right. Cool. Yep. That was a dumb question. Sorry.
I'm going to attempt to do this race because all hopes of commentary have left.
That's a billion.
I've never guessed as much on a setup as I have on this.
Dude, I have no idea.
You're thinking about setups? Why aren't you just sending it?
I have my brake ducts at 0%.
I
0-0 downforce for the win.
Oh Jesus!
I mean, I literally loaded in, and instead of clicking tuning setup, I literally just clicked ready immediately.
Please tell me you're on the pole.
I'm in P2.
20 seconds.
Yeah,
Why am I P1?
I have no idea what the setup is. I literally don't even know what it is. Whatever auto loaded for me is what it is.
Oh my god.
Fuck, I forgot to change tires.
Someone needs to ready up. Racing Pro, you have 4 seconds. Okay. Okay, well, let's find out.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
I've never driven this car before.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's a lot of power.
And already to full damage.
I'm in the wall.
Bye.
My rear end is gone. Oh.
Massive fail for the idiots in the beginning that just you wiped out on a straight. Impressive.
I drove in a freaking
Okay.
straight line. A straight goddamn line and still got spun off the track.
Why?
I don't have any front or rear wing.
People can't seem to drive in a straight line.
I didn't lengthen gears.
My wheel froze.
I forgot to lengthen gears. Lovely.
Did anyone remember to change gearing?
I was
Yep, I did.
And I got hit.
194, 193, and I'm banging.
I just gave up. I'm like, yep. Nope. There's no point in doing
I just tapped the wall and got 100%
Oh,
damage.
Jesus.
Someone died.
And we're dead.
Then don't tap the wall.
I rubbed it. I didn't mean to.
It's simple. Don't
You shouldn't
crash.
run the wall in a car like that.
And now my engine's blown.
This is a terrible noise.
This is so bad. This is so
My engine
bad.
just self-destructed. Okay.
Yeah, probably didn't have enough cooling.
Okay.
Then they should fix their
That was
setups.
just a disaster.
400 kph.
Literally,
Keep going, everyone.
tell me something with that. I literally.
I'm gonna catch you at some point. Maybe. Probably not.
And Rory's car is having a seizure currently.
I had a Daytona setup on. I am scraping the floors so hard.
Can we try the Monaco and stock car?
You're not going to be able to make it around the corners, dude. You're literally not going to be able to.
V8
Like I
and
said,
clutch, V8 and clutch.
V8 clutch.
Yeah, and then the first person spins out, and then everybody piles into him.
I mean, it's not.
That's what's gonna happen. If everybody's just gonna pile into that person.
How many?
Yeah, I'd
how
rather
many-
do Clio's on an oval.
Yeah, that'd be more fun. Although I think this is going to be the last race. This is the sixth
Yeah,
race,
it's the last
which
How
definitely
record.
is a record. Yeah, I was going to say.
how many NASCARs does it take to push another NASCAR through the chicane on Monaco sideways?
And across the line.
You know, without a front or a rear wing, this thing doesn't handle all that bad.
Oh,
Oh no, my engine's gonna blow. Oh. Clutch in.
Just clutch
Come on.
in.
I'm crabbing now.
What? I don't. My clutch pedal not calibrated. Okay, well, that was lame.
And Paul's comes to a stop.
Come on, coast down the hill.
He's now rolling backwards down a hill.
And
Hold on, I
Rory's
gotta
giving
turn
me a
around.
nice Deja vu.
There we go. Come on. And
There's
then,
a cool down ramp.
come on. No, come on. Keep going. You can do it.
Oh,
It got
Jesus.
nothing left.
Oh,
Oh, I'm dead.
Oh. Ow.
Oh.
Oof. Did the blue car even cross the finish
VR
line?
makes this a whole lot better. It makes
I
a
think
whole
that
lot
was
more-
at the finish line, wasn't it?
Okay, well, that was interesting. I think that's the word.
Jam session in P4, you suckers.
It didn't.
Pulse has
Oh
been
my
stopped on
God.
the track for a good minute and a half, and RJ is trying to not
there we go.
drive the line.
Thanks.
He's taken about 3 miles of fence.
Cross the finish line already.
Terminal damage, engine blown.
Oh, you ghosted. Shit.
All right, fellas, that was fun. Okay, okay, let's look at it. You know, let's look at it this way.
It was fun,
It was fun, and we also what did we learn? I think it's important to learn something
No
from
NASCAR.
NASCAR at road.
Also,
Formula X anywhere.
Yep.
Not even mounted Clio's are fun.
Let's just stick the lightning to the Clios with lightning round. I think that's the
Yeah.
fundamental lesson that we learned
And
here.
more coast races.
We could do coast races and Clios.
Also,
That
steer-
would actually be a little bit more fun.
Well, I think the
I thought we learned to
we
turn
did all of
damage
them.
off.
I was also going to say steer clear of RBG Gamer.
I mean, yeah. Also that. I mean, we
And jam
already knew
session,
that, but
which, yeah.
it's good that you learned something. I mean,
There's Pooh in turn 2.
yeah, there is Pooh in turn
Well,
2.
fog.
EJ has a giant magnet on his car.
Also this, yes. Also this. Elon Musk is in deep trouble. Rex, somebody linked this already.
See, gangsta,
no
gangsta.
sense.
We're bringing it back, boys. We're bringing back gangsta.
Belly laughing at that during the review.
I died laughing.
It was so good.
That was so.
Why was that so funny?
The dolphin is working again.
Oh.
I just have to say that was the most fun night of racing that I've had so far.
Okay.
It's nice to,
I'm glad
it's nice
somebody
to not
enjoyed
be
it.
so serious, like in the past.
I'm glad somebody enjoyed it.
Oh, poor EJ. EJ just always gets taken out every race.
Cleo,
that should
It's
just
true.
be a norm.
I'm just not gonna qualify, dude. I'll just start in last because that's where I'll end up. Somebody will.
That's
hit me
what
off the
Racing
road.
Pro does. He just starts in the back.
The
You
Clio
just need to
Cups at
turn
Le Mans.
damage off for yourself and make everybody else have damage.
No, you know what sucks? On the first race, the one that was in New Zealand, I was in the top 3. Like I was top 5, and the car was on pace. My car was doing really good. Controller stopped working. I tried to turn, the car went straight. Yep. I'm like, oh, okay, so much for that.
Okay.
That happens
Yeah,
to you
you're
a bit
right.
too much.
Yeah, it's something with synergy, I think. But anyway, all right, guys, thank you for racing. I'm gonna play Satisfactory now.
Cool.
All right, have fun.
Later, guys.
Have
Thank you
fun.
very much.
See ya.
Good night, everybody.
That was a interesting one.
anybody,
Interesting.
anybody
is the
here have my summer car?
Nope.
So nobody here has my summer car. Do you use your wheel?
No.
Shit, 'cause I have a problem, because the for some reason Logitech thought it was a brilliant idea for rubber stop and brake pedal. So you need to set a dead zone, but in my summer car the dead zone is only for the start pedal, not for the end of it. So I have to pull the handbrake to stop the cars. Same thing for my truck simulator, but the config for that is editable, so that's fixed. The G920.
Oh, that's why. See, I have a G25 as well, so it wouldn't be comparable. That's why I'm feeling it right now. I'm like, I have no rubber stop. It's like all the way in the
Yeah, it's like if I really push, I might get 30% of braking.
You're probably gonna have to modify some sensitivity files in the.
Yeah, buying summer car that's all like hard coded. It's not like where it does some hard math by using files you can edit. And like American Truck Simulator, where that is the case, and you can change I swear to God, these cars behave differently on the tracks. I mean, obviously, but they feel too different. The Caterham 7 was fine on Sonoma for me, and it was just shit on the coast track.
On my left side, pushing me off the track. I'm in the grass. Oh no!
I got cables running everywhere.
Oh, I'm upside down. Okay. We'll see if you pass. What the fuck was that? Oh! Jesus Christ! Somebody help me. Okay. I see a massive jump start there. It's green and Racing Pro absolutely jumped that start there. EJ stopped on the grid on the right. Gamer will finish just ahead of Bloodfam for P7, and Bloodfam tried to make a dive. Not that bad. Scary just on the tail. It looks like Scary got ahead. I can't actually see them, but I see his name at the top of the screen. I don't know who it was that busted me off the track, but whoever it was is a dick. Scary Storm and Awesome going 3 wide. Meanwhile, coming into the first chicane, Scary, Storm and Awesome 89 will be 3 wide. I'm gonna retire because I want to watch this and my car's fucked. Anyway, going into the monitor, Skiri goes into the first chicane in the inside line. Awesome 89 drifting around the outside now as Joe and Storm all very close behind. That was a rather interesting start to the race, and I don't know who it was that pushed me off the side, but I'm rather upset.
Another question is, have you gotten the car running in it?
Well, that was quite fun of a start.
No, I think I was right before I got it running, and I just kind of stopped playing.
Line, you totally didn't give me any room and pushed me in the grass.
I got mine running, and
that was not very gangster of you. But meanwhile, the top 4 cars of Skiri,
you're supposed to be able to click on the throttle linkage, and it revs the engine, but mine does not do that. It just continues idling.
Chicane now.
Oh my god, you guys.
One car going a little loose there, Skiri as well. Joe gets a pretty good exit.
I got Satisfactory Alpha.
Awesome taps the rear end of Joe.
What's that?
What's Satisfactory?
It's what EJ's playing right now.
What's that?
I don't get it. What is?
It's like a 3D Factorio.
So I should add that Joe, Skiri, Storm, and Awesome 88 and H9 are all 4 wide coming into the braking zone. Heavy braking zone as they come into it. Who's gonna brake first? Awesome 89 brakes first.
Doobity doo. Hey, look, my stream's still on. Hey, anybody who's still here, epic. Yeah, sorry, I was going back and watching the clip pack of that fucking ridiculous Le Mans race.
Did you see the 8.6 mod in for Beam?
That was a absurd race. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hey, look at that. That's a nice screen. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate that. Anybody who is still here left. So,
but we'll go sideways.
I appreciate you guys watching. It is 3 in the morning. And I hope that you all have a fantastic night. I hope that you enjoyed that racing. I hope you enjoyed the commentary. But that's going to be an end for tonight. I don't expect to stream much over the next week. Probably not much this weekend. Maybe something small. I don't know. I doubt it. Anyway, if you would like more, I will be back next Friday night, midnight Eastern Standard Time, for some more Project Cars 2 commentary. And probably some more wacky races. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And I will catch you next time. Peace.